see the green candles mocking me for weeks. Held my lungs through the pain, praying for the peaks. But every bounce was fake, every rally a lie. They bled me slow, now it's my turn to fly. I loaded up the leverage, margin call me damn. Shortened everything in sight with a shaking hand. No more diamond grip, no more hope and pray. I'm betting on the crash, let the red rain spray. I see my old positions turning black to red. The chart that used to tease me now fills me with dread. I shorted at the top, balls to the wall of mean. Heavy leverage screaming, living a revenge dream. Maybe then I'll sleep when the market's in flames. No more buying dips, no more playing their games. It's not easy watching green turn to blood, but after all these losses it feels so damn good. I wanna see it painted, painted red. Red is ruin, red as dead. I wanna see the longs get liquidated high. I wanna see it painted, 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 painted red. Yeah. I see a sea of traders running for the door. Their bags are melting, can't take it anymore. I shorted the bounce, I shorted the dip. Shorting every rumor, every influencer quip. The whales are panicking, the retail's in tears. I'm laughing in the margin as the red tide nears. No more waiting patient, no more holding tight. I flipped the whole script, now I'm shorting the night. I look inside myself and see my soul is red. Although those broken longs finally put to bed. No more moonshots, no more diamond gleam. Just endless red candles mocking my dream. The market rejecting me, now rejecting it back. Painting every screen with the color I lack. Red candles forever, let the fire consume. This trader's done long and now watch the red bloom. I wanna see it painted, painted red. Red is ruin, red is dead. I wanna see the longs get liquidated high. I wanna see it painted, 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 painted red. Yeah. Painted red, painted red. No more green for me. Showed the world, set it free. Painted, painted
Stare at the screen. It's been months of this hell.
Red candles burning like a story I can't tell. Bottom at the top, chase the moonshot dream. Now it's crashing down, ripping at the seam. Every headline screams adoption's on the way, legislation coming, but not today. And everything I can't forget, the highs that felt like heaven's bed, the lows that dragged me to my knees. I'm holding on but barely breathe. Bleeding red, it's
ladies and gentlemen,
portfolio dying in front of me. Hope for the flip, the glow.
All you need in life is a little cowbell and a whole lot of Jesus.
Stealing my time. Friends sold out early, called it a scam. I'm still in the trenches, diamond hands jam.
Are you ready for the craziest, weirdest show on YouTube featuring a turkey? Let's kick it. Sean, get the button, will you? Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, frogs and squirrels, you're watching Late Night Crypto with Road Dogg. I'm glad to have you here tonight. Look at this here on the screen. After the smoke clears and we get to see Bitcoin doing what Bitcoin does best, which is lately just been dropping like a rock, especially the last few days. Look at those candles on the days every day after it broke the trend line over here. Boom. Come back up a little. Boom. Come back up a little. Boom. What does it look like on the old Christmas tree candles? Yeah. Well, it's not even coming back up, is it? It's just boom, boom, boom. Yeah, about that. Well, I kept mentioning that I really thought I put more emphasis on this one at 62.4, 62.5. We're there now. The question is, will it hold? That is our 886 Fibonacci. That is usually where we will find our high or low once we go through this, right? Maybe we should go over the bullish stuff that we see here. The bullish stuff is that we got some flipping and trying to happen here. It's not completely flipped, but it was off to a good start here. Flipping the ribbon, all but one. And after we reached our high, that was as high as she wanted to get. You would have hoped, and we did hope, that this bottom would hold over here at 73,000. But here we are. A whole $10,000 cheaper almost, or we are $10,000 cheaper right now. We've just breached 63,000, and now we are approaching 62,700 here on this 4-hour chart, and we got this big old bright proud green red dot that just printed here on the 4-hour. Like, well, that's all we need for a bounce. Not exactly what we're looking at. Stochastics, this line is what, the 50-60% line? Trying to figure out why I had it over there, but I do. But we came down, we came back up, and now the stochastics are rolling over here on the 4-hour. Momentum's rolling over. We're going to have to look at some other possibilities just in case we don't get what we're hoping for, which is for it to hold this area. Now, I don't want to scare you too early, because it can often look like this before we do catch ground over here. We got some time and all that to see it. I wouldn't get scared. I definitely wouldn't be thinking about shorting here. If you're not already in the short, you just... I'm sorry, but you missed it. I wouldn't chase. If you chase, you get chopped up, and then it gets... the only person that wins is the exchange and the people shorting against you there. But here we are, the 4-hour watching the drop, and you got to wonder, well, what's happening to altcoins over here right now? How are they looking today? And I've got to say, yeah, they're kind of not, they haven't started dropping like crazy just yet. Isn't that wild? We have an explanation for that. I haven't seen anybody else talk about it, but we'll talk about it here because we got all the old school alpha over here. All right, so Bitcoin dominance over here on, let me pull it up. She dropping like a rock. Now, when Bitcoin dominance is dropping, that's usually the fantastic time. That's usually what we're looking for an altcoin season. You know what's screwing us out of altcoin season right now? Yeah, because Bitcoin's going down too. And that just steals all the joy. That means money coming out of Bitcoin, money coming, but money's still staying in altcoins though, right? That's the best part about this. We're dropping in altcoins, but it hasn't hit us hard fast. Now, what will happen when Bitcoin dominance finally finds support? I thought it was going to happen here, but it didn't. We just kept on dropping. This is very interesting to me. Because right down here, we're waiting to break this area just to start entertaining the idea of altcoin season, about this 55, really kicking in at 50%. If we ever hit 50%, we're probably in altcoin season or just getting started on it. And you're thinking, oh, golly, I'm glad I bought that Pepe's mother's dog in you. But, you know, until then, and we didn't quite ever make it down there. It's just a hope and a dream right now. But we are losing new levels over here. So Bitcoin dominance is coming down and people are not liking Bitcoin as much anymore. Clearly, if they did, the dominance would be going up and it would be the big runner over in our space. But they're still hanging around a little bit in altcoins until, this is my forecast, that whenever we find support, whether I don't know, it could do it at any point. We could pivot out and try to figure it out. But let's just say it comes down here. And so what we would probably see is that there'll be some select altcoins that are running and defying gravity, and that's what people are chasing or looking at or wishing they had chased it earlier and just watching it leave off without them. And then the rest of them are just kind of dropping or just, I don't know, maybe just not doing much of anything, staying at their current bottoms, just nobody cares about them. But there'll be some select fews that will do good. And then as soon as we find some support on Bitcoin dominance and it starts doing what it does best, which has been going up until lately, then we got the other scenarios over here. And it's not as friendly for altcoins. It's not exactly friendly right now, only if you're in the specific ones that's being pumped or whatever, generally looked into. A lot of it may be some pump and dumps, especially if it's Binance related. Sorry, I'm just stating the facts for what I can prove anyway. Not that I'm trying I'm trying to step in some legal, but I mean, usually the ones that pump it up, they're usually on Binance chain. I don't know why. I'm not blaming Binance, but that's just a fact of life. We can name them off, but we did that last night. So we're going to keep on going over here to now. If we get a reversal on Bitcoin dominance, whether it happens here or it happens down here, which, you know, I probably need to reevaluate all my support lines over here. Look what happens when Bitcoin dominance goes up. Alts go down or they dump like hell. So you got some of them that are trickling down because some of them are going up. But when this happens, then the ones that are down already could come down a lot more. They could all be coming down. They will all start falling if this starts going back up again, right? So we just want to be cautious about that. Make sure that we all understand that there's a reason behind what's going on right now. That's one of my explanations for this part of it. All right, so where can you turn around at? On the locals, when I say that, that means we're at one spot, might be going down a little bit lower. There could be some reversal areas right through here. We are at one, but it seems like we may continue past it right here. I believe we are past it right now. But then was the other one, did it line up too? Oh, okay. Yeah, we'll keep that one up. We'll keep the old purple line down here. We'll keep the old purple line down there. 56% could be coming in down there and maybe catching a little traction. But this red line that we got over here, it also lines up with this bottom. So that would be a good place. So we might start seeing some altcoins turn their sentiment around here pretty soon if we get some traction over here on Bitcoin dominance. That's just a little forewarning. It just means if you're in profit on altcoins, you might want to think about, yay, because crypto's dropping or getting ready to, or you're getting ready to get slapped upside the head. If it doesn't, because stablecoin dominance is going up. They're selling out of Bitcoin and select altcoins, maybe playing some others, but it's mostly coming out right now. This is not what we want to see. When you zoom out on stablecoin dominance, when we're in these top areas over here, when we finally do breach up there, before when it starts turning around, those when it starts coming back down, we want to be into altcoins when this is coming down, and we want to get out of altcoins when it's closest to the bottom of these red lines as can be. It's been following a nice little trajectory here, and to buy them when they're in the top and then sell them when they're, or buy them, probably best to buy them when they're on the way down if you just want to ride the trend, and then sell them at the bottom. I mean, that's how it's been going for our alts here. That's what we want to see. Remember October 2023, and then we came down, and to April 2024 when you should have sold, yeah. And then it went back up, and you're like, oh man, these alts are doing horrible. We came back down in November and December, and you're like, hey man, they're looking good again. Not as good as they were before, but they're still looking good. But this is what it was doing on tether dominance. We lost it again in April. We came back. It was this July and August, September 2025, October 25. We're like, hey man, they're doing pretty good, and then now they suck again. Well, yeah, this is the sucky part. It just sucks more than it did before. But we are coming into areas that have been historical areas to be looking for it. So I can't blame you too much. And you see the ones that are on bottoms and rounded bottoms, the ones that might be able to DCA. I would consider this like a DCA period, honestly. This is a daily. But it's really when the trend changes. Right now, the trend is going up. We don't know how high. Hell, it may make a new high. And then what you going to do? But when she rolls over, that's the fun part to get into some of those altcoins. So I'm just going to throw that out there. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, frogs and squirrels, how we doing tonight? Let me say hello to everybody before we start taking a look at Bitcoin and then get into all the altcoins. I plan on screening altcoins tonight. I want to take a look at probably the daily and 4 hour, and then probably zoom in if I ever need to. Not going to spend as much time explaining myself as to what I see. I'm just going to go do it, let the music play, maybe make some comments, and see if I can run through these coins as quickly as possible. But let me say hello to everybody. We got Strega in the house being number one. Good to see you, Strega. Thank you for being here. Duality C. Now do you hear my man? Sin? How's it going, Sin? Good to see you. And we got BetaBot. How you doing, BetaBot? Haven Peck. Always good to see you, Haven. How you doing, my man? Silver Days. Oh, I like what you said right there. Smash that like button. It does help this tiny little channel grow. So
for those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
BetaBot says, my grandpa used to have a large turtle. It runs super fast when we release it. Man, they live a long time. Kingpin Crypto, I thought you may dress up as the Undertaker. There wasn't an idea. No, I did not think about that. That would be kind of cool. My favorite crypto analyst. Hey, Tony God, you're my favorite. You're my favorite. Your boy says, what's a chode? What is a chode? Is it some form of a toad? I hear it's as wide as it is long, rendering it almost unusable. That's what I've heard. But what they look like, I could not tell you. But I'm sure Google could bring up an image or two. But I wouldn't have your girlfriend around when you do that. All right, here on the 4 hour. Yeah, we're touching that right now. We're right there. Are we getting any traction on it? Well, this is not where I want to look. I want to look down on the 15 minute. Oh, man. I am starting to wonder if we're going to hold here, but it always looks brutal at first. But let's see. Oh, This is where I would expect to have seen something. The 1 minute is not looking too happy either. This is not helping. All right, well, we've got to look for the other possibilities. Go, we may just keep on traveling straight on down. I think. Oh man. Man, oh man. We've avoided these levels for so long. We had the scary drop over here. Right over here, which I think also was, what is it, 786? It may have been, yeah, 786 right there. We bounced off that, but that was just as scary. That was 62,300. And it was like, oh no! And all the calls to the downside, 40,000, blah, 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 we're going to die. But we didn't. We managed to come up and still made another higher low there, almost retesting that, and that was just as scary because everybody was expecting us to go lower, but we didn't. I think we did like the 886 of that local move, but we actually caught some bids there, and then we just kept on going up and started to develop this channel over a while. Well, now we're coming right back down to this little area right over here, and just as scary as it looked there, well, I think we're feeling just as scary now. But at least your cloud over here wasn't all crazy thin, right? So I think it's time that we need to look at the idea that we might finally be starting to have to consider this $58,000 area. And I would hope that holds, but we may breach past it a little bit if it's going to be rambunctious. But that should be a really good area to hold, right? We've been talking about this one for a long time. To me, that would set us up for something. Now, I was thinking maybe it might take us to October to get our bearish divergence and bottom out or something over here, but this may happen a little sooner than not. But if it comes down here, we will have our bullish divergence formation at strong area of support, and that would be the area to look for to really consider longing Bitcoin, or definitely trying to take a bigger long, and even on spot, maybe even making a heavier buy there, because that would give us a nice reason to bounce out of here and come back and up and retest these areas. I mean, we could come all the way back up to 82 after that. We would actually need to if we're going to try to work this game right. But I gotta tell you, yeah, this is looking kind of intense over here. What was that? What did you just do? All right, the haunted computer is at it again over here. All right, so I think what we should really do is zoom out again. Usually good to zoom out. Oh man, get these. I don't want all these lawns. Don't need all these lawns. Thank you for not having all these lawns. All right. So let's take a look at the bigger time frames. This is the monthly. Do we have anything else that might support that? Now, I'm going to say this, the monthly, this cloud looks okay. That's kind of bullish. And I'm going to say this 50 moving average, that is where I'm expecting this to kind of bounce from. That is about, are you really that low? No, seriously, that surprised me. Wait a minute. How are you above? Okay. I had my cursor somewhere. It's okay. I'm looking. It was saying 47. It's not. It's coming in at 59,184 here on the 50 moving average. And then we got 57, basically 58,000 right here for our yellow 200. 618 Fibonacci. And I just want to take a moment to remind everybody that, you know, there is a bigger picture over here, and it's looking kind of good. I'm going to let Elliott. Oh, man. Elliott, where did you go? I think we deleted Elliott. It's funny how you miss something when it's gone. We're going to have to bring out our Elliott indicator. Our Elliott wave chart pattern. And, we'll turn this little guy on. Will you do it over here? Are you working, Elliott? Did we piss you off? What about on the weekly? Oh, here we go. On the weekly RD here, ladies and gentlemen. A 1, 2, a 3, 4, a 5, an ABC correction. Basically what that means is that the Elliott wave is now complete with the correction. Possibly, right? That's what we're looking at for this area, the C area. And then we start this whole thing over again. So it would Won't look exactly the same because things skew and whatnot, but we could safely assume that the repeat would be. Where are you, Bars? Something along the lines of this, people. We would start our little wave structures all over again, and 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever, however it does, and it can have variations. I don't know, scale it to whatever. But if we're trying to do higher highs and higher lows, I would think that it would try to do something along these lines right here. Wouldn't that be interesting? And then our trajectory. Well, if I can draw a line. Maybe we should scale you into there. And trend lines. Yay. I'm just going to continue. Oh, wow. That one actually. Maybe we got something here. Maybe I should save this somewhere. See if it ever happens. But could we be? I mean, if we got our 5-way structures and stuff, could we? And we get a repeat, something similar right over here. Maybe. But we'd have to bounce off this 618. Now a lot of people are expecting us to come down to 786 like we did before. Could happen. I'm not expecting it to happen though. Because as an asset gets stronger and as the trend gets stronger, and we definitely have, if you've been peeping out how we do fibs and everything, when a trend starts coming and bottoming, yeah, we do. We 886. It kind of steps up the Fibonacci ladder. So we got a good chance for the 618 to actually hold. I'm throwing it out there. Nobody else is really. A few people are kind of looking at that, but a lot of people are starting to look at 40,000. And the problem that I have with that is that we do break our major trend line, which is not what that's not good. And it is a viable option, but then we lose our weekly 200, and we don't usually lose it. We lose it, but we don't drop too far below it. This would be a way far below it. This would be like more than $20,000 below it. In the past, we have gotten below it, like just a little bit right over here. Well, I think we got below it over here a little bit and a little bit over here. It has been known to dip below the 200. We don't have a weekly moving average, but not for very much. That would be asking a lot. Now, to me, maybe I'm letting my bias of this being the global adoption thing of Bitcoin, and actually, countries buying it now, and businesses being treasuries now, and it's becoming more and more acceptable now. People are just trying to still fill it out and see how it works, right? I'm not sold on the idea of hitting 39, 40,000 just yet. A lot of people looking at 48. I don't even really see a strong reason for 48, based on what I'm seeing over here, other than maybe a previous level that we were at before. It would be about the bottom of here, just at this support resistance flip. Oh, this top right over here, I guess. Yeah. All right, so they'd be looking at that idea. All right, so these things feel scary, but we are in bear market. Got to remember that. And there's a lot of things that can happen over here. A lot of things. Back over here, it was a lot of things unwinding. A lot of the over leverage, not just traders. No, they're talking about companies and all of that. 3 Arrows Capital, Celsius, and all this other. It just a lot of shenanigans was going on, and it got caught out in the down cycle. We haven't really had anything like that to happen, anything to unwind just yet. But Michael Saylor selling a few Bitcoin definitely did not help us out. Now we're looking for something bullish that might stop us from dropping like a rock. Well, this 200 weekly moving average might be it. As the 50 on the monthly, there's 450s to make 200 in 4 weeks in a month, so it translates. So right over here. And we got the 9 still crossed over the 21 over here, which means that we could be in a little range still. Well, we've been in a range, but the range may still maintain. There's enough to pull us back. I don't know if we got enough to pull back and go above 76 just yet, or even break that trend line, but we got enough to go back and at least retest it, or just kind of range out for a while. Could be several months. All we need to do is see what happens around as we go into October and November, because time-wise, that will be 1 year from our cycle top, and we should start seeing things flow a little bit better, unless the speed up that we had last time, because we started doing that about 6 months ahead of time last cycle, a little bit more bullish than not, into the halving. We didn't go sideways for as long. We just started, oh, you're going to still go up. Okay. It took it a while, but once it got the momentum, we just kept going, and we went to 70,000 6 months before the halving. That wasn't really foreseen or expected by really anybody. That was a little too soon. So will we get some more surprises like that? We might. I mean, it takes us some people to buy Bitcoin, and there is less Bitcoin being minted every day now than there was 4 years ago. Just as in 2 years from now, that's going to cut in half too. Yet people just kind of downplay that idea, the cycle happening. Like, oh, that's not going to have much an effect. But remember, there's only 21 million. It's not like Bitcoin has 40 billion like XRP or anything like that. 21 million. And fewer being available. Well, you got all these little greedy bastards out there with billions of dollars out there just snagging it up. Yeah, I'm kind of hitting at you, Michael Saylor, but I mean, have you ever thought about it? If it wasn't for Michael Saylor, what would the price be right now? We probably wouldn't be excited. And if the price hadn't went up, would everybody have started looking at it? No, they wouldn't have. But here we are on the weekly, testing that 200 moving average right now as we speak. 6-day-1, 626. And I remember last time we were headed toward it, and I'm like, it didn't set well with me that we didn't touch it. It did not set well with me that we didn't touch it. So hopefully you can see that we are in an area to bounce. That 886 is also here, and we could just be bouncing off of this because you're not seeing this on the smaller time frames, right? And then reclaiming that. Maybe we'll get something. That was a horrible drawing right there. And maybe we'll range out here and it'll take. Or this, and or we just plow down. There is still a good chance to touch 58,000. And that again, like when I said what I've been saying lately and said earlier in the stream, that would actually be a good thing if we can get a candle body to close lower than these guys. That would give us the divergence that we need, which would help ensure. Well, I'll say use the word ensure, but it would raise the probabilities that we bounce from here. And not just any bounce, but a good bounce that should have us aiming to take out 83,000 again. So that's what I'm looking at. I keep saying it, and I'm going to keep repeating it, but that's what I'm looking at. You know, last night we were taking a look at our coins against Bitcoin and comparing the value to them and showing you how, man, your coins have actually been, altcoins have been going up a bit Bitcoin. Well, because of this that we talked about earlier. Doesn't mean that they're not getting ready to drop, okay? Doesn't mean we're not in an altcoin season. But I just noticed some other people are starting to talk about that today. It's weird. It's almost like, is there a collective mind here in this? The other things get mentioned other places. It's just weird how that happens, but anyway, 21 people hanging out with the turkey. Thank you for being here.
Hitting that like button. I just want to say thank you very much.
Thank you, Elvis. That's the wrong button. I meant to give you guys the big clap because we wouldn't have a show if it wasn't for you guys, and you guys are awesome. The only bad thing about it is, you know, that we do have to have commercial breaks over here, and it sucks. But
moving to a new city? Let Exit Scam Moving handle everything. We'll take 80% of your stuff up front as a gas fee, and the rest might arrive eventually. Don't worry, it's non-custodial. We rug so you don't have to. When the market dumps, do you dump too? Get Diamond Hands Diapers. Triple reshit yourself during a crash again. Diamond Hands Diapers for adults who make adult decisions.
Crypto Cowboys, moon or alimony bags. Subscribe to Road Dogg Crypto now. Like or bear eats ya. Better call Road Dogg.
All right, well, we got our sponsors out of the way. There will be some more ads. I'm just saying. We got Crypto Squid. How's it going? Good to see you. And Tommy 2 Liters, Road Dog, another 3 hour. No, it won't be a 3 hour stream. I think we did about what, 4.5 hours. I went on early last night. No, I did go on a little bit earlier tonight, just kind of playing around with time frames. Secretly, I'll say this. Secretly, I was actually at one time planning on going for 9 o'clock. And then one of my YouTube buddies suddenly showed up doing streams over there about 9 o'clock. And that was cool. I didn't want to intrude on that. So I went from 10:30 more to around 10, but I'm not, I don't think I will be consistent at 9 o'clock. So I'm squeezing in and doing a little 9:30. I think really 10 is really what fits me right now. But it doesn't help me with my sleep cycle. Because I stay up later, and then sometimes I'll rewatch parts of the stream, and you got to get everything ready afterward. It doesn't just end with the stream, right? There's you got all the what the hell they call them things. Why can't I think right now, Sean? What's in this coffee? Oh, speaking of coffee.
The morning's gray.
Oh, spilling everywhere.
The clocks are full. The world outside moves slow, so slow. But there's a spark, a golden glow. Good ass coffee's here, you know. Oh, the best part of waking up is good ass coffee in your cup.
So, yeah, timestamps is what I was going to get back to. You lost 20. You didn't think I was going to make it back there. I weaved. I learned it from this guy. I weaved, Sean. Sean just lost $20. He said, I bet he ain't going to go back to what he's talking about. I did. Pay him. Habib just made $20, but he's going to buy Dogecoin. Anyway, so yeah, it takes a little time to do things like timestamps and things like that after the show, and it just kind of messes with my sleep cycle a little bit. I'm really surprised I came back on topic. Swear to God. Anyway, 23 people hanging out with the turkey. Let's see if we can stay on topic and see, well, what the hell is Bitcoin doing? Are we going to hold this 200 moving average? And, you know, it's a little give and take, takes a little patience. But here on the weekly, we are approaching that major area of support. Let's see what happens. We also got this 886. So let's see if we can catch some bounce. Are we seeing anything over on the smaller time frames now? Sean? Not a damn thing. Oh my God. Not a damn thing. Well, that's as embarrassing as all F. So we've lost the 886, and there can be some wiggle room, but this over here looks like it wants to do a little bit more than wiggle. I'm going to be honest with you. Oh my gosh! Even on the 1 minute, that looks a little brutal right there. We don't like it thin and spindly. We don't like it. That's a long, skinny one. They like it more chody. Hey, you're asking about a chode. Well, this would be a good place for one to show up over here in red. It looks like a bearish retest of our 886, and this is what's been so interesting for me, is that when for the Fibonacci's, you know, normally they are really strong support, and that's what we see. We see it act. I mean, you know, normally we come down and do it, but on most of these that we've been at, we'll come down and break below it, and then level out right above it. I mean, this one held, but we didn't keep it. It didn't double bottom here, and that's exactly what we were hoping for, right? I wasn't as sold on this one. It's more sold on this one, but now this one's disappointing me. Are you going for full double bottom touch? I mean, that's really the hopium, the last little shred of things that you're hoping for here. If we're not going to make a higher low, and that was the excellent place to do it, well, we got to look over here. Now, that also drops a little bit below our weekly 200 moving average. It doesn't have to bounce right off of it. It would have been nice. All right, so now we got to start looking at, well, what happens when we usually break below the 200 moving? That could be the slow burn down, like again to 58,000, the 618, to give us that bullish divergence, right? There would have to be a candle body to close lower than this over here to give us what we really need for that bullish divergence. So it does look like your next point of interest that it may hold if we keep dropping lower would be right there at 60,000, retesting the bottom there. The next area that I'm starting to lean a little bit more to, even if we get a little bounce here, I'm still kind of wondering about here because we still just don't have our divergence yet. 58, and I would be a little bit more. I was hoping that maybe it would be summer. Oh, I guess technically it almost is. This is June, about 3 weeks too early. That we would be touching somewhere around through here. But we've got several months of a lot of give and take, and it's usually not that great for crypto in the summer. It's usually not that great in stocks or anything during the summer because people are out living their lives. And I don't know what they'll do with gas prices so high right now, but still vacations, whatnot, takes people out of the market, and of course takes people selling some of the stuff to pay for some of those trips too, right? Oh, we finally got a green candle. What's this, a 6 minute? You gave us something? We got a little love over here. Oh, thank gosh. It still don't look good though. But I would like to see something at least short term. Even if we come up over here and roll back over, which is not good really. This is kind of this is one of the best. This is the best higher low to be looking for if we could just hold it. All right, so we're watching this plummet, and meanwhile their altcoins are down here. Well, now are you tanking? Now they started dropping. See, I'm just not going to be happy too long. Did Bitcoin dominance get a bounce? Because it wouldn't. Did you get a little bounce or something? Holy shit! It's just a little one too. Doesn't take very much. And tether dominance just still grows. So you're seeing a little bit of the rotation out of altcoins over here. Yeah, we got that going on. So here's our gainers and losers on altcoins. How long were we in? 42 minutes on the show. This is the top 300. Labs is still up there. We went over that. I don't trust it. I mentioned why. But there's always that one that's pumping when everything's dumping, and it's usually associated with Binance, right? So Labs, you got that. People are still chasing it. Well, now, WL2, Worldcoin, went up another 26%. We were looking at that one last night. Is this my stock list? All right. Let me get my list ready over here. We're gonna make a list of coins over here to check out. And you'll probably see a lot of the same names. Ooh, DEXE says you dropped, but you're still up there high as the dickens. But I would like to find ones to watch for to come down and when I would like to get into them. Now, I happen to like DEXE. It looks like it's got some strength to it. Put it on my list. And Ton, you're down? Ton to come back to a reasonable area to look for. I think that one's got some promise in it for this next cycle. What are you guys doing? Are you guys planning? I'm going to keep asking this every night. Are you guys planning on how you're going to play this next cycle? Because right now is when you need to be planning it out. You've always got your short-term game, some of you, if you have that short-term game, but it's that long-term game that gives you the real wealth. I know it's great. You see all the day traders out here, you know, and they big old day trades and whatever, and it's not like that for most people. And if you're working a 9 to 5, that's not it. They over glamorize all the day trading, and I'm just telling you, they lose more than they win. The majority of even who you're watching, that's just in the nature of day trading. You got to be very, very disciplined and have rules. The best people I've seen with day trading are very strict anal with the rules and stuff. That's just what I've seen. The other ones just come out saying that they are, and then they do willy-nillys, and you know, you watch accounts grow and die down. It's a hard thing to day trade and to consistently be profitable. And I've seen people raid other people's channels, I guess expecting them to be day traders. How much do you make every day? Blah, 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 all this other. That's most people are not even over there able to see that. I think even the day traders. What I'm trying to get at your longer term trades, your swing trades, your momentum trades, your position trades. Those are the ones that make you the money over time. And if you watch, we show that, and I show you some of the targets we can get back to, and it looks crazy at the time, but you got to think You have to be looking and making your plan at the right time in the market to take advantage of this, right? And more for Bitcoin than anything, but select altcoins. We don't want to go willy-nilly anymore because you see how altcoins suck and somebody's always got a new or shiny one. So we want to be looking at the picks and shovels, the layer ones, the maybe some of the decentralized exchanges or lending platforms. You got to be kind of iffy because at some point AI may come in with some sloppy coding. They get an exploit because gosh darn it, there's always a damn exploit somewhere. And sloppy developers and sloppy coders that just copy and paste. And hey, I got that same project over here. Come buy my token. Get all this stuff weeded out. But what I predict is going to happen is that we're going to start, and this is already happening now, more of the tokenized real world assets, meaning stocks, commodities, are going to be a lot more easier. And probably, and we're going to see a lot more of our dominance for Tether or be influenced by that. And that means the market cap dominance for Bitcoin and all of that will be affected by all that too. As tokenized stocks start coming over here. There's some things that you need to think about. Tokenized ETFs. What? Everything damn thing can be tokenized now. And so the chains that are chosen by the big boys to do that, or the chains made by the big boys to do that, are probably the ones we need to start looking at. And I think that's one reason why people are kind of liking Hyperliquid, because it may be tied into that. I have not done a full deep dive search on Hyperliquid. 22 people hanging out. Let's get into this. Let me go ahead and get my list. If you got any coins you want me to take a look at, put it into the list below. That way I can find it easier to add it to my list, and we'll go over them. And like I said, I'm going to try to blaze through these. You say that almost 1 hour in after streaming. Alrighty then. So, beat, like, what are you going to do? Change the world? You're up 19% today. Sky AI, I don't know about that one, but we'll look at it. XMR Monero, might want to take a little look at Zcash again. WLD, we want to take a look at that one. It's pumping. I don't really give a crap about labs, but we could take a look about labs. I think a lot of people had their confidence shaken in it with that big drop, that big flush out they had yesterday. It took it down from what, $24 to $5 or something. Yeah, that'll make you not trust something right there. But that's a Binance chain signature if I've ever seen one. Hyperliquid at $72. It just does not want to go down. We need to take a look at Hyper for sure. And maybe some Gwei. Hey, what's up, Gwei? All right. All right, so our indices look almost cooked. Total 3 down here. Now, total 3, and I am looking at this, and we did hit that area, and I believe we bounced. Did we? Yetham. Yes, and we bounced right there at target area for total 3. All right, says it should be bullish. Says it should be a bullish play here. We can. So that gives me something opposite what I'm telling you about altcoins. This is saying there might be a possibility that we can look for a double bottom over here. Usually, always, a lot of times you get some form of double bottom over here. But if this pattern be true, harmonic pattern, it's actually saying this might be a good place to buy some altcoins. All right. I was not expecting that. I forgot that I even had that up there. We are at the bottom of the channel area. We made higher highs. Still got technically a higher low end. It makes some sense, but it just don't feel right. It don't feel right. I'm just saying, it just don't feel right to me, especially with but it does feel good with Bitcoin dominance coming down though. But we need to see this thing turn around and stop going up over there. So we're talking about Wall Street and everything, about the rejection point over here, and need to chill the hell out. Looks like it's going to happen. So, and then I saw something else. Somebody else was looking at SPX2, and they were using the TD 9 count or TD exponential 9 count or whatever indicator. And basically, I think that was basically when you get the 9s, that's usually one of your reversal points, right? And they had that also too. And I'm like, okay, some other people are also seeing seeing the reversal possibility over here, and that meant it's basically 9 candles up, so many green candles up, and then you got to look at reversals or the anyway. But it looks like we're starting to get it and get some rejections. So I've got to make up my minds tomorrow about what stocks I want to get the hell out of, because it looks like we're going to get a correction out of here. So consider that for the summer, a correction in the stock market. How's that going to be on Bitcoin? And we're sitting here hoping Bitcoin's going to bounce. I'm hoping. We are back above that 886 Fibonacci, so we have reclaimed it, and this just might have been just a little extra squeeze down, all right? So, but this is on the 1 minute chart, very early. The only time the best time to look on the 1 minute, I mean, for real, is after you've seen what's happened over here. Like we looked at the weekly, okay? We looked at the weekly, saw that we're touching that 200, and we're right there at it, all right? And it wasn't until just a few minutes ago that we actually saw some traction happen from that. So it is by watching the 1 minute that I can see what's going on, hearing all the dirty gossip. But mostly, usually to try to do anything from here by itself, unless you're looking at bigger term time frames, it's just too much noise and it will lead you astray, right? You don't want to get caught up in smaller time frames. I am still not seeing anything positive over here, though, other than us being far from these moving averages, which just means what we do, we get far from them, we come back up, we dodge them, and then we roll back over. On this particular chart, it's been the 50 that's been smacking our ass down. And this cloud does not look like that's going to change anytime soon. So I do believe that we might be on still that slow burn down to 58. I don't know how far we can bounce from here. Maybe we bounce a lot. I don't know. But I am looking right here in this area for something. I just don't have any confidence with what I'm seeing that it's going to hold very long. All right, ladies and gentlemen, let's get off of this crap, and I guess we'll go over and take a look at some. Why am I on weeks? You suck. Let me come over to the chat before we get too far into this. Submit your coin request. Yes, that's what I'm looking for. Short in WLD at 52 cents. Can we check the total indices? Oh, we love your opinion on some of those charts, get an idea of the market. Well, I mean, that's what I was checking total 3 for. You're talking about just totals? Totals? You had ES. Crypto. Excluding stable. Oh, they finally got one. Or I needed one. That is what I don't like about total 3 and all that they include stablecoins, right? May use this to change out my other one. Because now that you mentioned that would make... Yeah, I'm glad you did that. Because... And let me get back over to the right one. Are we on it? Did we change it? All right, I see what I did. I backed that up, put that back where we had before. All right. Not totals. SPX, okay. 4 hour. All right, so yeah, I'm sitting here talking to myself. You guys, what the hell is he talking about? So I'm looking at this, and you saw me get kind of turn my head, but everything else is saying that and if Bitcoin drops, then altcoins should probably drop with it. The dominance thing doesn't look like it could be in our favor too much with the stablecoin dominance going up. But he just hit a critical point. Total 3 includes stablecoins. Let's switch this out. We're going to add totals because that's without stablecoin. I think that may even help us be a little bit more accurate over here. Do we want dominant? We got totals, then we got dominance. And I'm like, oh God, why do we need to? Where's it going to go with totals? It would be the market cap. And so we got that set up over here. Cool. All right, so let me zoom out for a moment over here. So we're still kind of like Bitcoin over here. And ABC correction. Oh, we're at a 618 already here. That's cool. We're at some nice support here on totals. Total ES, or whatever we call it. So yeah, I think this will help us navigate a lot better. All right, so this is the weekly. I don't have any indicators over here because I've got it on my indices or whatever. Divided screen. I don't know. I've never had any over here. All right, so yeah, testing the 618. Let's come down. We usually look at it on the 4 hour, and we've been looking at this in a range. It's still doing the same things. But I don't have that harmonic. All right, let's go from our bottom all the way to the top over here. Boom. Okay, that's much better. That's much better. Do we have a harmonic? Oh, I do. I got it. But yeah, it should have been a 786 for that. There still might be something bullish over here. All right, so what I recommend, can I get the, I can't scroll you up anymore. It won't let me grab it, and there we go. I'm trying to zoom in over here. I think I'm going to have to get a new mouse. So we're on the big 1 hour, 4 hour, whatever. Maybe we turn the regular candles on. Are we getting a bounce? Yeah, we are getting a bounce. Okay. We are getting a reaction right over here at 886, and there is still a harmonic pattern there that could be bullish. And I'm kind of amazed at that. Maybe altcoins are not that bad. Is this signaling like maybe something's going to be done, some kind of benefit from the Clarity Act? It shows up in the charts before it comes into the news. I mean, I got a question because, I was really feeling kind of bearish on altcoins. Just that we haven't seen it play out just yet. And I know it's probably looking scary as hell right now with the 3, 4, 5% drop. Actually, they're kind of flip-flopping, aren't they? But there's an argument here that we've touched a support level that could end up being very bullish. And the targets... Are we on log? Tell me we're not on log or anything. The targets that we're looking for. So it tells us we got a possibility. Does that every damn time. Tells us we got a possibility to get back up to 2.1 trillion and maybe even up to 2.3 trillion. And nice. Let's go ahead and do our little accumulation zone there too. Let's get this out of there. All right, so yeah, I'm going to put you back on 4 hours. So what I'm going to do is watch this carefully over the next few hours and this next day to see what kind of reaction we have here right on that purple line. I'm going to go ahead and take the white one off. I don't think I need this one down here either. How did I get 2 purple lines? Oh, you're the correct one. Double check me work over here. Double check my work. But you're right where you go. Get rid of the imposter. All right, there we go. All right, so that's an interesting thing right there. This is possibly a cipher pattern over here. It went a little bit deeper than sometimes, but we can do it. But bullish that we can start coming back up. That would be awesome. Now today being, is it Wednesday? Somehow I feel like it's going to be Thursday very shortly again. I'm finding that very interesting. So when it comes to these altcoins, we'll be definitely looking at them on their chart. So the ones that are in their bottomings, that may be really, really good for those. Let's come over and take a look at some of these altcoins now. Now we got our basics, our indices. We tested the weather. I got a little surprised there. I'm a little bit more bullish on altcoins now than I expected myself to be from what we saw. And thank you also for mentioning Total ES. I did replace mine over here because I think this is going to be a much more accurate, because it does not have stable coins, because I believe that's throwing things off a little bit, or could be, because how stable coins interact, is opposite of your altcoins, right? It's contrary to it. And so if you got it all in your indice, it's just a big glob. So I like this better. Thank you for that, because I wasn't even entertaining that before. All right, so we're possibly seeing a drop on Wall Street the rest of the week here and into next week, because that should be a bigger correction. It is starting to react to what we were looking for over here. Pivot, strong pivot area. I don't know how that's going to affect Bitcoin, and I don't see why it would make altcoins pump unless that money is going to come out of tech stocks and rotate back, or tech stocks and AI, and rotate back into Bitcoin and crypto. I don't know. That's where the money left us to go over there. Not all of it, but our portion of it hurt us quite a bit. And if this is going to roll over, well, the people that went over there are going to take their profits and probably come back and say, oh, Bitcoin's at a pretty good price. Hey, these altcoins are kind of damn cheap right now. Maybe I'll nibble in a little bit. That's just my speculation guess, but it's not as bearish as, I don't feel near as bearish as I did when I first came in on the stream right now, based on what we just observed right here together. But I swear, I don't like this. I don't like this right now. I do not trust that. I'm not seeing what I need to see on my little local time frames to make me feel more comfortable that we ain't dropping more. But we have talked about Bitcoin at 58, and I still think that's between now and October. I think we're hitting at least 58, right, for that divergence. But we have reclaimed our 886. Thank you, Jesus, for at least we got a nibble here. Now we got to watch and see if it sticks. And it may go into maybe tomorrow morning, maybe about tomorrow noon, we'll know we're going to be over here. That's about when we touch the red cloud, if we happen to make it over there sideways. All right, let me come over to the chat and talk to you guys and get on track over here, seeing if we got any requests I need to take a look at. Otherwise, you guys want to take a look at what I want to take a look at. I will do it very quickly. I'm screening. I want to screen some of these altcoins. I want to look for trades. I want to get this chat thing to get back up. There we go. All right, so that's the last one. All right, well, let's kick it off. We'll take a look at Solana. Let's go to Solana. Solana, my mama. So that's Take a look at Solana. Solana on Binance. How you doing? How you doing? You went down to 6. Did you really? I did snag some more Solana today over on my iTrust and somewhere else too. Some of my wallets. Look at that, $67. Elliott, are you still on? We still got the Elliott wave thing on over here. All right, so I'm going to zoom this stuff out. I'm just going to go through and do my little thing here. You guys can ask questions if you want, if you got any questions, but I'm not going to sit here and go through and explain every little move that I do. Don't want to go through this. There you are. We got you. We finally got you. Bottom of the trend line, with the 2 touches down there, that will make 3 touches once we get down to about 63. We could be coming to. Is it a bear flag? Are we going back to $8? Some people think we're going back to $8 on Solana. Oh my gosh, can we not get that trend line? Can I? Oh, that's not the trend line. That's the 666 moving average. That's Miss Lucy. I was trying to move it. Bears cross over here. Flattening out cloud. I like that. We got the 113 area that we're holding right now, or almost. We're at it. Okay. So some people are probably looking at this and they're wanting to play the bear flag idea. I can understand that. That would take us way down past these bottom trend lines and take us down to 16 cents. And if it wants to do that, I guess it can. I've got some other areas I'm looking at over here, though. That is right close to there, not too far. But I'm $40. I can see an argument for 40. I don't like it. I think we got a stronger argument than maybe 64 right through there, and see if we can get this trend line to hold. That would also, a lot of people looking at that too, right? 49. Our measure move also, that's worth looking at right there. That brought us right over there to retest this one. There is an argument. Oh, gosh darn it. There is an argument for that. First, we got to break 64, that trend line, if we're going to do that, right? And that can take us a little while. I know it looks like it's going to happen tomorrow. Oh, maybe it will. You're looking like a damn rollover. You really are. All right. She's dropped a lot now, and she's met some locals here. I would expect some local support, but we may kick up, and we were just talking about it looking like a good time to get altcoins. From that perspective, you are definitely at a pivot point, but I'm not seeing anything happen yet. We've basically got a lower low in, though. We put a lower low in. All right, Solana. We're going to zoom the hell out over here. I don't see you getting bullish right now. Look at this. All right, so that's confusing on total 3. So before we get all crazy and say, oh, it's going to be altcoin, because I don't see it being altcoin season, but Solana, she's still in the negative. She can still come down. So we could see that 64. We might break that 64. There's a lot for those stochastics to be coming down through, and for the momentum wave to come down too. So I'm not bullish on Solana just yet. And I think that we'll have a chance to get it cheaper. And how cheaper? We got to see. There's arguments for all these, but we got a trend line. So until we break those arguments before this guy, I mean, they got a good chance to hold, right? So I want to see what happens in the lower 60s before we start talking about 48 and 30 and $40 right there. But I would definitely buy some up over there. I still see we got some good momentum going on right over here, though. All right, so let's take a look at hype. That one just doesn't want to fall yet. But it is still that resistance area right over here. Weekly resistance, trendline resistance, just hanging up there, and this still looks strong. Bearish divergence is formed. Yeah, I got that. Let's see how we're doing. But you're still strong over here. What's the hell, hype? We got a bearish cross over here. There we go. Did we get it? You got it, but now you're pointing back up. 9 moving average crossed bearishly, but now it turned back up. Oh, you're playing some games. Hype this may be distribution, folks. I would say that this is probably distribution. I would say it's got a good chance to be distribution, especially since we're at pivot points. We got these long wicks, and we are at resistance lines on the trend. Good chance we're experiencing early distribution on this. That's my take on it. If it does break above this 76, 75, it can hold it. We get clear candles over here. we start holding candles over here and holding more candles over here, then it's probably going to just keep on going, and maybe this one's special and this one's different. But otherwise, those big wicks are also telling a story right there that there's some people taking some profits over here, as they rightly should if they've been in it from $40 or even lower. Smart people got in it at $20 and still haven't sold out of it. All right, so I'm looking for a pullback on this little guy, but as it stands, we are still above the 9 moving average, and as long as we're above the 9, everything's fine. Early stage on the daily, right? I can't believe you just rode that up ago. That's crazy on the 4 hour. Come down to the 1 hour for you. It did make a lower high so far, and that's one of your very first signs right there. So she may range out here for a little bit just to kind of make people wonder and probably paint a flag to the upside and things. But we are at resistance. I'll be looking for hype. I'd take profits take some profits on hype anyway, if not. And we'll watch and see if it takes off, if it can get above 75 or 76 and start showing us that sign of strength that we need, those key things that we need to see that it's actually doing a breakout. Right now, resistance. WLD. Somebody said they were shorting from like 52, 53, right? That should be kind of good. Zoom out to the 4 hour on WLD. This is one that I've been talking about for the past few weeks that looked interesting with the ribbon flips and everything in the 4 hour. It did, she did good. She did good. There's our little key area right over here. All right, so rejecting off the 382. Next one looking for you, 0.5. All right, come down to the 1 hour over here. So trend line here that we had previously, are we still above it? The hard thing about shorting, when you're shorting these areas, is it just takes them a little while to get going. Sometimes you feel like, am I sure I did that? And sometimes you doubt it. Sometimes you get stopped out. Sometimes you move your stops to break even too early, and then it comes back and takes you out. There's a lot of ways to screw up your shorts. I had found personally on myself, adding to a short too early. You can blow your entry and everything, and then blah, blah, blah. And then it goes against you and find support somewhere. Sucks when that happens, right? There's some bearish divergence there. Let's hope that plays out. There was some earlier bearish divergence. It's been curving up. A 382, honestly, I'd be looking for... We want to see it come somewhere in this area. It could go to either one of these two. Leaning a little bit more toward this one right here at almost 42 cents. That could be the correction that we get. That would be retesting this guy over here as well as our red line Fibonacci, and just still maintain this trend line. So I'm really kind of leaning more around 42 cents if we get a bigger pullback or a short down to it. We're at 51. It coming down 10 cents would be good, but this is strong. The moving averages are strong. The thing that's going for you, our indicators are tired out, and some minor divergence, and it says that maybe we can come down a little bit. I just don't know if I could expect it to go further than 42 cents or not, and still got some trend line ideas to break, right? Take a look at Sky AI. That one looked like it gained some ground today. Here on the 4 hour, so it was down in the bottoms, and we're up. We're testing Miss Lucy over here, bouncing off the 800 moving average here on the 4 hour. That's pretty good. This is starting to look a little bit more inviting. Are you one that's going to be doing good? This one has already went up and been burned down. You went to 83 cents, did you really? So from its high over here, we've come all the way down to 80.5 4%. We should be at an 886 fib retracement over here, man. Boom, perfect. So the chances of this one bombing out, I think we finally met it. I've been waiting patiently for this one to kind of figure out what it's going to do. And I think we're finally at our areas over here, ladies and gentlemen. See the slight little curve that's happening. I'm kind of liking this one. I'm kind of digging this one. It could stay in this area for a minute, though, in this little range, right? This is an accumulation zone. This is the 4 hour. Doesn't mean we just bounce straight the hell. Why do you look so far away? I'm looking at my fibs and they just look a little different to me for some reason. I don't know why. Checking my settings over here, make sure I don't have log on. All right. So technically under 30 cents is a good accumulation. Oh, I did. We can scale that guy down though. And get our second bonus accumulation zone right here. I didn't color code my lines over here, I don't believe. All right, so Sky AI, I kind of like that. I think we got a good chance to come back up and retest this little guy right over here. It may not quite make it up higher high. I hope that it does. It's 4 hour. What does that look like? Well, I shoot on the 4 hour, even putting a stop loss way right down here below the wick. Just getting up to our first 236 fib. That's a 3.67 to 1 risk reward ratio. That's not bad. Not bad at all. Do I have an exchange up? I don't have one up here right now. I would entertain the idea of looking at that. So smaller time frames, the daily, she's coming down a little bit. Testing, so it's a pretty good entry place. If it got it down here, that would have even made it even more interesting. Sky AI, I think it's finally got to a place that we can look at it. Where am I? Let me see if I can pull up my exchange over here. Which, maybe you? Am I not logged in? I don't want to log in. You got my stuff over here. Pardon me a minute. Oh, can I do it on my phone? I'll probably do it here. I don't want to take too much time. All right, blue pen. Where's that QR code thingy? All right, this is taking too much time. Is that it? There it is. All right, get the little QR card. See if we can get logged in over here. All right, confirm. I think I'm in. I didn't have any exchanges open over here. We got tiny accounts for this account, for this channel. You'll probably never see me with any account over $1,000 trading live on YouTube, because to me, well, I think that's a little stupid. Do we still have a shitload of positions open? Okay, scared me for a minute. Luckily, these things have been tiny. We got, we're at what, 67% on Bitcoin short. That's cool. What's my average entry over here? After adding and taking away, I've been taking profits and adding in. It's about 65. All right. Do we have anything to work with over here? All right. So I think that one's kind of interesting there. We were looking at Sky AI. You have this, right? I went through all that trouble and you don't have Sky AI over here? Arbit, come on, baby, do me some good. Tell me I don't have to log in over here. Son of a gun. QR code. Should have had all this done. You're correct. Authorized. Okay, I think we're in over here. Well, at least we've got our exchanges back on the show, so we got that. Except for weeks, because I just gave up on weeks. Weeks sucks. Yeah, what are we in over here? Are we slonging copper or something? I got a copper short. Why would you short copper? Anyway, okay. Still got this trade going on Bitcoin. I don't know what my entry was over here. What was my average entry over here? Wherever. All right. So we're looking for Sky AI. Arbit should have it. It's supposed to be the exchange for degens. They got prediction markets. I wasn't trying to go there, but thank you for letting me know and getting us all distracted. I just want all this stuff to go away. Let's go to the futures. WTI. Oil's going up, down, sideways, everywhere else. There we are, Sky AI. I can get up to 100x over here. Not that I'd ever want to. I don't need the 5-minute chart over here. I need to we were looking over the 1 hour. Pretty nice. Okay, stop loss I want, but I figured out 13. Well, we want to first thing do is come over here and take that 20x leverage off, because I'm not going with that. We're at 16 cents. I'm going to try to be reasonable with this tiny account and responsible. And there's something a little bit less there. We're going to come over. Oh, that's right. I can't do that over here. 5x is still get me. Okay. My liquidation price is right down there at the bottom of it. So I'm going to let my liquidation be my stop loss. And I'm going to keep that very small. I mean, it's small. For my tiny account, that one's just a little bit over what I'm allowing myself to lose over here. You better not come down there and get me. Actually, I'm going to put a stop loss in anyway. Because by my theory, it would break my trend line that I've got over here. Then it would be invalidated. And that would kind of suck. So 15 cents for me would do it. Maybe we'll add to my trade then. Probably do the stop loss. I was planning on going all the way. We'll see how this takes off. And nibbled in, and then I want to see how she plays out here. And then if I see some traction, I may add to it and build up a little position over here. Sky AI, I'm playing it cautious. But my take profit is 30 cents. I'm going to go ahead and plug that in. Well, that gives me an excellent risk to reward ratio. It gives me 385% on this. If I pull that little deal off. You're all set and forget. I'm risking 70 cents for $5 on this tiny ass account. See if it happens. Let's go over and take a look at take a quick look at Zcash. On the 04 hour, how you looking, Zcash? Plumpy. A lot of people are going to be looking at head and shoulders, M patterns, and all this other stuff. Inverted head and shoulders, flag to the upside. Oh no, it didn't flag. And this has been rangy as hell over here. Look at it on the 1 hour. Nice curving, and then gives back, right? Still the momentum's behind it on all the moving averages. I like that. That's cool. Bukowski measure move has not been hit, but yet our target has nailed it. Twice, 2 times, nailed it. That's what we do. Just saying, I'm going to start bragging like all the other damn channels over here. Look, nobody knows what we do. They all suck. We're the best. Blah, 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 whatever. No, they don't. There's some good ones out there. Definitely some good analysts and good traders out there. There's definitely some out there that just pull stuff out of their ass. I don't know if that's ever going to change, but people like it. We don't need you over here. We're going to take you off the little dotted line. Expanded broadening wedge, if you want to look at it that way, or drawing this other trend line that we're respecting here, puts us into a nice rising channel. We would just be bouncing off the edges of it. I would hope so. 50 moving average seemed to have caught us. 50 moving average is right there with the 200, though. What's going on with you? We need to see you do a U-turn. We don't need to see it cross, and I think that's what it's trying to do right now. See if we can stay out of this red cloud. We're back up here. Let's put our Christmas tree candles on while we're still at the same place. We're above the top of the cloud at support. Cloud support! Speaking of clouds, I think I need a little clouds in my life right now, and probably some milky cereal too.
She a MILF, part of a well-balanced diet. Every morning, yeah, you know I gotta try it. Yeah. Pour it up, milky cereal in my bowl. My bowl. Mom's in life forever, that's good for my soul. For real. Yeah. Yoga pants, coffee.
All right, milky cereal. What did you have for breakfast this morning? Was it milk related? All right, so that was kind of mean for the flag people that were looking for the flag and all that stuff. That just dumped on your ass right here. I think it's playing games, 200 moving average on the 1 hour. See if we can actually come up and retest this. Can you made a higher low. You made your higher low. You need to come up and take these guys out. This little double top thing over here. You're above the M pattern over here. It's above it. It reclaimed it. Bullish cross is happening. Looking for Bukowski's measure move right over here at 718, but we got our higher moves over here. Let's zoom out so we can remember what the hell we're looking at. We like Zcash because of this guy, and I've been talking about it ever since we've identified this guy. And if you have been in it on this channel ever since then, you're probably pretty happy with your Zcash choices of buying somewhere around under $300, right? We're still sitting pretty at 600 in the middle of a bear market. Pretty amazing, I think. We're still looking to eventually test the A part over here, about $750, believe it or not. That's the main next one we're kind of really looking at. So right here. There are some bonus targets to be had, but first we got to see what happens over here, right? Step by step, level by level, as Joe says on his channel. Joe is Trade Intuition. I don't even know if he's in here, but if he's not, I'm going to give him a shout out anyway. One of my YouTube buddies over here, Joe from Trade Intuition. He was a mentor in one of my very first trading groups I ever got into. That group is no longer in existence now because the owner died, but he was a good benefit for that group over there. I really I saw how he does, and I saw what he knows, and I saw how well he explains it, especially to people that are brand new. The man's got a lot of patience. He's a good dude, very, very good dude. All right, so 9 over the 100. Everything's looking kind of spiffy over here, Zcash. Let's move on now to XMR Monero, just because. Get that one taken care of over here too. We're on Bybit. I don't remember it being in a harmonic pattern though. It's just more been in a it wasn't a nice big round thing, parabolic move, but we're flirting with losing it. Luckily we got this trend line to help navigate us. We'll go ahead and take this guy off. I say that and nothing happens. There we go. All right, we need a little clarity over here. Monero. Yeah, are you really? Okay, so we were above it. Okay, we're still holding it. Why do these lines look so damn big all of a sudden? Oh, that's what I did. Okay, that's why I wonder why my damn fibs look so weird. Changed the wrong setting over there. All right, so we are maintaining a 0.5 Fibonacci over here. That's kind of cool. Let me see what else we got on the locals over here. You did our 886. No, okay, that's looking good, actually. I've got to say, that's looking pretty good. Wait a minute. Make sure I got my stuff where I need it. Did we move something around? Let me double check what I had before. Oh, no. I did not catch that top over here. I almost made a boo-boo. I was thinking, oh, this is looking good. It's not. It's underneath it. We got this strong trend line, so I don't see a reason for it to hit just yet. But we got to be aware of 253 in that area. Now, I feel a lot better once we get past that yellow line. I like this one. We did do the local one and where I caught my little trick over there. Okay, cool. How you guys feel about the music? Want a different playlist? Are we good with this one? This is goth. More of the industrial kind of grunge type music. Played it a lot during Halloween. Alright, daily. Well, that's still good. That's still good. That could use some help. But that's good. Good, good. And you did another one right here. We're also going to include you. There we go. We got it right there. Perfect. So we're looking for a higher high. I'm starting to look at about 453, a little bit over 450. And, oh crap, we're already here on that. Let's go to the 4 hour. They do have some correspondence right through there. So next one, we're looking at right around 400, about in the mid 390s. Let's see what we can get over there. We should be trying to come back and take this little guy out over here too. So we want to throw in our 886 on the locals here. So I can see an argument for us doing that. It's expanding over here. It did a little flush out move. It's a nice big flush out move. And now we're going to have to start looking at these two guys, but we paint it out for us as best that we can. I'm going to go from bodies to the wick. I think that'll get it. Yep, that got it right there. Body to the wicks, to the wicks, to the bodies again. Blur below, came back in. Bear trap ideal and support. Should get a nice little squeeze here. And yeah, I can see almost 400, right at the $400 area, and then a little bit right more around 425. Made a double bottom, came and basically made it into a triple bottom. And we're in an expanding pattern at the moment. Well, that can be pretty juicy. I'm going to go where I got the most touches right here. I'm going to get my angle set just a little bit tighter. So I got 5 touches here, 6 touches, 7 touches right there, a few things outside of it, another touch right there. That's your strong ass trend line right there, ladies and gentlemen. More touches than you can throw an HR complaint at right there, or a sexual battery lawsuit. Probably stick with HR complaint. All right, so in an expanding broadening pattern that it's typically kind of bullish, I'm just saying. And 72% chance that these can break to the upside. A lot of times they do form, they go a little side, would form a point of, what is it? Why am I not, I'm forgetting terms that I use all the damn time. We'll get a point. We got a point of decline where we don't decline anymore. We level out, and then that's a good sign to break it. It doesn't always do that, but a lot of the times you do see that happen, right? All right, I want to take a look at Gwei. And we already looked at Gwei, and we looked at Hype too, right? We did. I think we did. Let me go back over Gwei real quick, just make sure I did get it. On the pips, want to look at the pips? Tweak that out a little bit. We're still below that. That's a little scary right now for Gwei. You're not looking this hot right now. I think you still might have a little bit more to come down, baby. You got some more to come down over here. And that makes perfect sense to be coming down here. Nobody wants to hear that though. Got a nice little 786 retracement over here. Looks like that could be cool. Let me check out the harmonics. What was that? Yeah. Okay, got overlap. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I'm actually looking for 5.2 cents as a strong possibility. Now we broke the trend line. If we regain it, I'll cancel this out. But as it looks like, and then this would be the juicy area to freaking get in, somewhere between 5.5 cents in that area. Again, it might be a double bottom formation down here. That happens a lot with these harmonics, but that looks juicy. Then we'd be looking to come right at the bell of the back up. So if you were to enter down here, you'd be looking to start getting 100% gains back over to this area, especially when we come back up to the C area about 206. That would be a reversal pattern for this one, but that's where it would kick in. All right, cool. Kind of like that one. Just got to be patient with it to see if that happens. I have Sol all over the place. I'll never grow Bronco as long as I have Solana. Sol brother, says Digital X Natives. I'd have you. Got 30 people hanging out with the turkey tonight. Thank you for being here.
Hitting that like button. I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
I think I'm going to change our playlist around a little bit. We're still in the goth section. What's the new? This should be some fairly recent songs right here. There may be repeat a lot though. Let's see what we got here. Oh, but first a commercial break.
Moving to a new city? Let Exit Scam Moving handle everything. We'll take 80% of your stuff up front as a gas fee, and the rest might arrive eventually. Don't worry, it's non-custodial. We rug so you don't have to.
The bills are due. Stop staring at those screens.
Tired of your wife asking when are you going to sell? Get new Silent HODL.
Are you list canceling headphones?
Now that's what we call diamond hands.
Crypto cowboys, Mooner alimony bags. Subscribe to Road Dogg Crypto now. Like or bear eats ya. Better call Road Dogg.
All right, and we are back, ladies and gentlemen. So glad to have you here. Got the music going. Miss Jenny over here just dancing her little... She's dancing something off over there. All right, and we're going to continue and take a further look at some of these altcoins. How long will we be going? About an hour and 37 minutes right there. We got a few more minutes to take a few more altcoins in. If you got your requests, put them in. I didn't see any, so now you're going to look at what I want to look at. First thing I want to do is take a look at Bitcoin and remind myself of what the hell it's doing over here. How you doing, Bitcoin? Let's check in with you and see. You got the nice little bounce, 886 area. You scared me going a little bit below it, but you can do that. Still not, I'm not sure. I'm still not so this is reversal. At the very best, we'd want some kind of double bottom, triple bottom formation down here. That's when we start looking for the patterns to form right around here. But still, even if we get lucky, we still got I'm still looking for 57, 58 to be hit sometime before October for that divergence. But I will take a bounce off the 886 because I was about to think that wasn't going to happen. And you know what? We're still not sure it's going to happen, right? Look like he's going to hold this 786 over here. She rolled over, but this is the main one that we were looking for. Main one we got so far. And so until further notice, I'm just going to say, nailed it! And take those accolades right there. A lot of bullish divergence over here. It's on 6 minute time frame, so don't get too excited. All right, now we got to come up to about $64,800 and get past that. And it may not do it just yet. It may not do it just yet. We got some things to consider over here. That's right where a 0.5 Fibonacci is. And if you know how all this Fib stuff works, yeah, you know, the 382 here is a place where we could be our double bottom. And the 0.5, they can also, not only that, but they can also take us down to, oh crap, I grabbed the wrong one. They can also take us down to these lower basement areas right over here too, right? So we got to watch for that idea. If we get rejected at these areas, that's how we get down here. All right, So we'll take a look at labs that after all this janky move over here. Yeah. Well, it's a big ass flush out, that's for sure. They're leveling out. People are still liking it over here. I just don't trust it after a move like that, myself personally. I want to look on some bigger time frames over here and see what we got. You got a buy signal on the 2 hour. Ichimoku Cloud still looks a little promising here, but that was these are 26 candles ahead of whatever price action is. So. And we haven't reclaimed the 9 moving average. When we reclaim the 9 moving average over there, or get in a position where it's not in a bearish cross like it is over here on the 1 hour, I might look at it again as something. But right now, see what we can get the best that we can do. We got that. And if I go from bodies to bodies, we got this. Oh, you got the wicks to wicks. Yeah, that's a curve. Maybe this was a big ass flush out. Maybe I was just being too critical on this one because it's a Binance play. But I still don't like that. That was $24 down to $5. Just pretty much wiped everybody out that had any kind of leverage and didn't have a stop loss. Or if you did have a stop loss, it stopped you out on the way down too. Hope you're in profit. But it just hurt a lot of people right there, and that was just kind of nasty, and big old nasty sell-off, and people just went right back to it. But we haven't really. How have we done? 618. It makes me want to at least just watch it. Just watch it. We're technically back in a trend line, so I don't know if I would trust it. Remember River? River used to be like this too, and it was a very turbulent one to trade. But turbulence can help you make some money, but eventually, yeah, after wow, you went up to $85. That is so crazy, and then went up to 32 on the rebound over here. And now look at you, you're at $5. $5. MYX, I think that's an exchange coin if I remember right. It was doing good, and then I don't know what happened. I mean, before bear market. I don't know if there was news about it at Exploit or anything. I don't know. Something. It was contending with some others, like Aster and some others that were doing some good stuff or whatever, but then it fell off. I do remember it being about $2 or $3 at one point. This is Banker Coin here on the weekly. Probably worth looking at. It's above the 9 moving average. 9 needs to cross bullishly over that 21. That would give us a little bit of lift, but looking to possibly see maybe another 50 to 100% gains out of this little guy. Trying to do some kind of bottom formation. We're going to do lower highs or higher highs and higher lows. Well, our next step is to take this one out. So I'm looking over here at this guy, and that would be 150 something % gains here, but this is on the weekly. Yeah, got that going on. So meanwhile, in the shorter term time frame, this looks sexy as hell. She's doing a little something that could be breaking us down a little bit, man. How far can you come down? Let me see. That would be a little bit better if that means that. Whoopsies, I moved the wrong damn thing. Oh, there you are, right there. Our 786 is coming from this first one over here. Taking it to the second one gives you something a little different. All right, that would bring us all the way back down to retest this trend line. It's a very strong possibility could be happening because we have broken trend line over here from wicks to wicks to wicks to wicks. Looks like we're losing that little guy. Closing a couple more candles under here. We'll come down to the 4 hour and see what that looks like. But ultimately, man, I like the cloud and everything. That looks good, actually. There might be a slight chance to recover, get back up here. 9 is still above the 21. No bearish cross there. That would be the best story, and we could avoid this. But if we do lose this trend line, then I am looking for a further drop down here, and then that would be the juicy spot, because that's saying, baby, we're ready to go for a wild ride after that. This is making me think that we may not see that, but we'll just have to give this one some time over here. This is making me think we got a little bit better chance of seeing it. Losing these gosh darn trend lines right here. And if you're paying attention, you got another trend line here. We could be finding a little bit of support here before we take another leg down. We do our kind of little ABC kind of thing down there. Or a little bit more extreme right there. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, let me come back to the chat over here. Sold to 74 tonight, or the 63. I still got my eyes on the lower 60s. We looked at it earlier, and I'm still eyeballing some lower areas there. Oh, did I find the other chart? Wait a minute. There are the harmonics on here. So the harmonic. Where did you go? I just had you. Oh, are you down here? Or down here? I guess we zoomed in on that harmonic. Yeah, that was a bearish harmonic there. And it's definitely given us... wow. Let's see, probably something that I didn't do on the last time I looked at it was to draw this trend line over here. Now, if we do that, it comes right down to where we went down to at 66. That's actually positive. And need something positive, considering that Ichimoku cloud looks like it just wants to chop our head off. But this is an instance where the price has drifted really far away from the moving averages, and they're kind of all close together over here, except for the stragglers. And the 9 moving average, 21 moving average, still 79, 76. And we get so far away, spread out, they expand, and then the price starts climbing back up through them until we get a contraction again, and hopefully a flip. Let's see, 100 still above the 200. That's still good. Death cross happened here. It's going to be a little bit shaky for a minute on this one, I believe, but there's a chance that might be it. I did not see this the last time. I wasn't looking at this on this particular chart last time. And I did see some targets down here a little bit lower, about 63. We're on a different chart right over here. Come down to the 4 hour and see if we got any signs of love. Nope. Just right over here on the 24 minute where we see we got a little traction over here. A lot of volume on that sell off right there. So I feel better if we can get above 72 or 73. I would. But I'm feeling a little bit more hopeful now. That was what was making me wonder, and we were testing and talking about this guy over here. It looked like Solana could have dropped a little bit lower there. And I know a lot of people are even looking down at like $20, $30, $40 for it. Said I didn't see the situation. We still have to break trend lines in certain areas, and we haven't done it. I'm still very curious as hell about this idea here, that we might get some unexpected a run on altcoins right now. The charts are telling me we got a chance to have a run on altcoins, and it doesn't feel right. It doesn't feel right, but that's what they're saying. That's what Total ES was saying. Total 3 was saying it, and I didn't trust it as much. But now, I'm sorry, I forgot the name who mentioned it, but you mentioned Total ES. I switched it out. Thank you for that. This takes stablecoins out of the equation, and it's there. It's there. And we got to bounce from it. So we got a good chance to, this may be a slow area to accumulate altcoins. I did make the comment earlier that, Bitcoin dominance is going up, and that's not good for altcoins. It's not good. But when you get up to certain levels and roll over, then suddenly it is. And I'm realizing we're at some of these levels now. Now, I would expect that they would probably even go up a little bit higher. because that's all we've been doing, higher highs and higher lows on stablecoin dominance. And now we got uses for stablecoins. The whole world's starting to adopt stablecoins. It's becoming a big thing, almost as big as what Bitcoin, maybe even bigger than Bitcoin, actually probably bigger than Bitcoin, because there's a lot more dollars than there are Bitcoin in the world, and a lot more money in the dollars than there are into the Bitcoin of the world. But we would be looking at these zones over here without me having to get real specific as to the next target, but then one of the higher high ones would be right over here, a little over 10%. And now it may hurt altcoins. It should hurt altcoins as we go up there, but yeah, reversals in these areas at these pivot points. The last time it happened, we started seeing some good. June 22, we got a little bit. November 2022, we got a little bit, and then September 2023. That's when it kicked off. That's when it kicked off. Right here. And then we went up to where altcoins were actually the best that they were last cycle in 2024 for the majority of them. They never saw the highs that they had right there. So we're looking, so we might be in a little distribution phase over here. Let me count. I could still see you going even higher though, I swear. Elliott, we had Elliott's waves over here. He would be saying something along that lines too. You got a 1, 2, you got a 3, 4, and you could be 5. And then we get our ABC, come back down. That would be cool, but it's going to be some give and take with the altcoins. But ultimately, if we do, the closer we get to this area is probably the closer to actually start getting into your altcoins. And we can even see that on some of our altcoin charts where they're bottoming out, doing the double bottoms, or maybe on the butt crack phase, if you guys know what that is. If you've been watching me for a while, it's our little common term here, or coming down to some of those support areas. And meanwhile, the other ones, they've already popped off. We just got to wait for them to settle down, but those might be ones to look at. Sometimes things just pop off early in the cycles, and then they never do what you expect them to do. They'll come back, and then they'll go bullish, and then no, that was it. Like INJ went to $44 last cycle, never did anything close like that after that one-time pop. So when it comes to altcoins, got to be a little bit more selective. And as I've been saying, layer ones probably better than the shiniest new thing that's going to change the world or new novelty idea. Even your niches and things like that. Just a cycle rotation all the time. Gaming's hot for a couple of months, few weeks, and then nobody cares about it anymore. This is hot for a few weeks and nobody cares about it anymore. This, and they just keep you chasing and chasing. I think Binance has a lot to do with that. But I'm looking for a surprise to be coming soon in altcoins. As crazy as that sounds, I wasn't expecting that I would see myself saying that. It feels totally wrong. It feels totally wrong. But here, while Bitcoin is dropping, altcoins are holding tight. Ton even went up on us. It went up to 180. Did we look at Ton? I meant to look at Ton. T-O-N. Not Tunma. I mean to look at Ton. 29 people hanging out with the turkey. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you.
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you. Thank you very much.
Where would we have looked at this? Maybe Binance? Maybe not. Oh, snap. I put it in the wrong place. There goes our totals. T-O-T-A-L-E-S. Let me put you back over here. Charted in the wrong area of my chart thingy. All right. There we go. Oh crap! Where did I put you? I did it over here. Oh, I did the wrong thing. Let me back this thing up. There we go. Now we got our thing back. Now we got our tether dominance back up. All right, so let's take a look at Toncoin over here real quick. I think this one's very promising for the next cycle. I think you're going to see some growth out of the Ton network, especially with crypto adoption and everything. The Telegram app and all of that, I mean, they got the wallets already mixed in. They tried to do a lot early, and the SEC and Gary Gensler was like, no, you're not. Oh, no, you're not. I mean, you got a hit team out after the founder. They're trying to put him in prison over in France. With liberty. Yeah. Yeah, not so much for free speech, though, France, right? Sorry. I don't know where they come from. Toncoin ribbon flip on the 4 hour. That's what we liked about it. It went up to 288 or higher, almost 290. And now it's on discount at 190. It's a whole dollar cheaper over here. I'm just saying. Ribbon flip and all. Complete ribbon flip. For the moving averages. Might it come down here? It always can do any damn thing that it wants to, right? But we like to fib them out over here. We're about to do a reverse. I'm about to do a little reversey thing over here. All right, so I'll explain that in a moment. So that's about 157. Trend line had about 147. Could be. I'd say it's kind of trying to round out here a little bit. Let's see how that works. It's trying to round out over here too. We got a lot of roundiness going on over here. Even some interesting thing. It's not broken a horizontal level right there, and it's the closest thing I've got to test. It's this guy right there. Maybe you're holding that, or maybe for right now until you decide to kick our ass and come down here. It's been making higher highs and steady lows. So you got an expanding pattern that's happening right over here. And that could be fun, maybe, kind of, sort of. This has a 55% chance to break up for this particular pattern. The one that looks like this right here. And it doesn't matter which side the price comes in. So I'm looking at this. We wicked below it, but this is our new trend line to kind of watch. And right now, only got 2 touch point areas. It's a little shaky, but we'll see what we got. With it out of a ton, I do want to see one bigger thing over here because I think we might have something. Oh, I didn't. Wait a minute. How we got to count you? So yeah, we're not even anywhere close to. And could you do it there? Yeah, okay, we need some more information. The old butt crack. They can tell you a lot more than you think. All right, ladies and gentlemen, they come back and take a look at Bitcoin one more time over here. 63.9. Do we come back up? Are we finding support on that 886? It looks like we are so far. Well, kind of. She went down below and tried to scare us and tried to make me second doubt myself. But she did claim it, so now I feel back on board. Even here on the 3-minute, Ichimoku cloud's looking a little bit more promising. Now we're starting to cross over these lines that we haven't crossed before, I believe. Let's go to the 6-minute. I want to see us get above this white line over here on the 6-minute, because that's usually one of the rejection areas. Get above the 200, of course. Whatever time frame that we get above the 200 moving average, congratulations, you're officially bullish. Whatever time frame that you get above the 9 moving average, congratulations, you're officially trying to trend. And we are above the 9 and we're trending. We got some bullish crosses happening over here. See if we can hold on to this trend line while we got it, baby. Keep on rocking and rolling. Keep on pushing, baby. Like the great late, no, not the late great, but the very great Robert Plant said. And probably still says in his romantic moments today. Keep on pushing, baby. She's getting a little tired over here. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for hanging out with me tonight. We're going to the end screen and listen to some music, and I will see you on the next one. Jesus loves you.
Coin philosopher at 3:33 a.m. Staring at the ceiling fan like it held the wisdom of all men. It drops silent but deadly, just like my leverage trades. 1 minute I'm a genius, next minute I'm
sweet. We like nail things.
unmade. Tried to explain yield farming to my Uber
See if we can
driver
do those
last
real quick.
night. He said, bro, that's just gambling with extra steps and satellite Wi-Fi. I said, no, it's decentralized freedom. While coughing on my vape, he turned up Rosalie.
Nice.
I'd be okay. I'm a
My ETH shorts have been printing. Yeah, ETH has not been looking as healthy lately, has it? I didn't even check on that one. I don't know where the chat. It's not been very much chat going on tonight. Michael Anthony from Van Halen. Awesome.
Passing wisdom like gas in 2026, I'm still broke, but I got class. I name my bong the Genesis block is basically holy.
Hey, we got Joe. Joe, I gave you a shout out earlier there. We can give Joe another one. Yeah, Joe from Trade Intuition over here. Wow, I should have came back to the chat earlier. I came back, but I didn't see anything going on. I thought it was empty. And now I'm finding everything over here in the chat. My bad, people. I looked on my chat. I didn't see anything. I didn't see anything else. I thought you guys gave up on the chat. Okay, well, clearly there's a lot more things that I guess we're going back.
Boys, moon or alimony bags. Subscribe to Road Dogg Crypto now. Like or bear eats ya. Better call Road Dogg.
I guess we're back. Okay. Psych. We're back. Let's see if we can get a different playlist. I feel like I've overdone this one though. Was Zeppelin gone? Did we take or it's not Zeppelin, but not Zeppelin? That's the name, not Zeppelin. Yo, dog, have a peek at BitMine Emerging Technologies. Wait, you got a lot more requests than I saw earlier. Okay, we're gonna start here. Link in Jupiter. I'm gonna zoom out to the 4 hour over here. Guess we'll go with Coinbase. Oh, already not liking what I see there or here on the indicators and stochastics. Why are you dying? Why are you not one of the chosen ones that are possibly trying to get better? It makes me hard to believe we're going to have this surprise little altcoin push up, or maybe it's going to be selective. Maybe that level will break on the total 3 and I don't have to look at it anymore. I can't say that don't look healthy for you, baby. Are we going to come back and do this crap again? Are we going to come back to the $5, $6, $7 area again? We're at a local 886. That means bottoming possibilities. Anything bullish over here? There is, believe it or not. I'm on the daily, and you probably need all the bullish signs that you can get right now. But recently, the 50, all of the ones underneath the 50, 21.9 and all that crossed over the 100. 50 is still over the 100. We haven't quite touched the 200. These are fun until they don't play out anymore. That is very scary. Let's throw an 886 over here. Right now, it seems like we've recovered the 786, and that's good for a lower high in this area. That we're probably hoping the dickens on right now that's what we're going to get. And I hope so too. But I don't like that we lost that trend line, but I would like it for us to come back up and touch it, because that's $13. And I'm like, well, that's profit right there. I'm not against that. I need to zoom out a little bit more on this guy. I'm going to come back to the weekly. I want to look at some other ideas here. So we got you, and then we also got him. I know this looks crazy as hell right now. But we got a nice chance here. I think to be trying to get a little bottom out over here. Now that was that idea. And I want to see which one of these make more sense. You're deep as hell. You don't make sense. But you're it. You're at as low as we're at. No bueno. Well, you can't go that far, stupid. All right, so let's hope this is a lot of noise in here. Here are the other things I want to check real quick. Some of these things look good. Some of these things look scary as hell still. This big fat ass Ichimoku cloud right there is just begging to be plugged in right here. So that's cool. But I don't like the rollover of this 9 moving average on the weekly underneath that 21. I am not liking that one bit. That looks like that could drive us on down. And that would go past the areas that I really, have got labeled out here that we need to be bouncing our little happy asses off of to make some kind of other idea happen, right? It's endangering my other idea. So I want to watch this very carefully over here and see what kind of reactions we get over here. But the weekly, if you go down, I mean, we would be looking at retesting the as low as $5, doing a deep ass double bottom, and then I have to look at something a little bit different from this. And I come down to the daily over here, and that's a little concerning. It's been holding. It does have decreasing volume with decreasing price, so maybe that means that the sell pressure's hitting a little weak. I'm going to 4 hour, looking at some possible bullish crosses over here, so maybe we can hold here for a minute, right? We come down to the 1 hour, and we see that we did hold a little bit. We went down as low as 776, and now we're back at 826. And it's going to take a few days of watching this one, man. But it'd be great if we don't drop below 720. If we can hold these areas over here, if we can hold this whole little zone here, that would be beautiful for more upside. The weekly, I don't know, man. I mean, the weekly is your bigger time frame. That's the one that kind of suggests everything. Let's and you just printed a damn red dot over here. Is that right? No, you didn't. Good. Well, you did last week. And we got some traction from that already. Stochastic still has a lot of room that they could be coming down, man. Double bottom on it here. I guess we look for some horizontal support here. Flip between these two guys here. She may just come down another few percent here of stochastics. But how far would that take another 30% on that? That might take us all the way back down to retest this bottom here at $7, and then that area will get even a little bit of a lower low before we try to bounce. But I want to see a bounce in this area, and it doesn't mean that we're going to get it, but I mean, there's a lot of different ways to look at it. Just to be saying, oh yeah, well that makes sense that we could be bouncing from this area. But the majority of retouches down here kind of gets us in these areas too. We support. Or we can just come back in here and just play with the same that we did. I hope not. That was boring AF for chain link. It was a great place to accumulate it. It was actually a good place to build up a bag because over here it gave you quite a bit of leeway. You had like 70, almost 100%. You could almost double if you got the full extent of the move, but it gave you enough to where you could build your bag. As many times as it went from these lows, $5 to $6 to $8 or $9. You had a lot of times to structure your buys, and I've talked about that a lot of time. I'm not going to do it right now. How to accumulate it in here. You start out with maybe 100 chain link or whatever. I don't know, pick your number. But by the time you go through the process, you can build it up, 300, maybe more. but you can build your bag in these areas. Just keep rolling and recycling it. And this one went on long enough to give you I was able to build up a nice little bag over here. A nice one. I was able to lose some of it doing some stupid stuff on spot margin. Well, let's just take it and see if we can grow in the spot margin. And lessons learned. All right, so we did. Oh my gosh, link. Let's do Jupiter. That's one we won't have to take as much time with, I would hope. 9 over the 21 on the weekly. Nice higher highs, higher lows so far. You're looking nice. Big old fat ass cloud. We like the big fat ass cloud. Come down to the daily looking at you, and you're trying to do a ribbon flip over here. You're the one. And I've been talking about that. You know, I've still not got a bag of this. You're at 18 cents. I need to. I'm doing it right now. I'm going over to my Phantom wallet because that's where I mess around with Jupiter. And I'm going to buy some right now because I haven't. I keep saying I'm going to. It's a good thing because, I mean, I meant to get some back down here before when it was about 16, 18 cents, and it went up to 27 without me, and all I could do is sit here and bitch about it or complain about it. Broke my little heart. Yes, I mean, I can do that right now. Let me do that. Jupiterio. Or Jupe. Not perps. Phantom wallet lets me do perps over here, I guess. I would want to use, how about this USTO? What is that? I'll put something over there. I want to take me a little nibble now. I want a bigger nibble than that. I'll take a bigger nibble than that. All right, so I just Hyper EVM to Jupiter on Solana. You're taking me through several steps here. All right, so I should have a purchase going in right now on some Jupiter, so I can actually have some to play with. I like this. I like this for several different reasons over here. Trend line wise, I like that. See, we had this kind of, if you want to call it a channel, you wouldn't be wrong. 2 touches on one side, more than 3 on the other. You got a valid channel. You got a valid pattern, whatever your pattern is. I wish a lot of other people would go by that because I just see them. I see some people painting patterns in the air. It's like, we'll get up here and they're projecting a projecting is a big thing now. We're going to project this and I guess hopefully manifest. Why is there a troll on the screen? Sean, is that you? Did you do that? How long has that been up there? All right. Anyway, I'm just bitching about some crazy stuff that I see over here. But this looks good on the daily. Daily, higher highs, higher lows. We got another little trend line, 3 touches on it. It's expanding, broadening. That's this way. You see. Let me tell you some other people that I see that kind of look at trend lines very similar and patterns the way that I do, and not just trying to force everything. Crypto Savvy, he's another one. You might see him do some very similar things. The guy that's with Crypto Banner, Kyle Dupes. And he comes on later than I do. A lot of times we'll talk about the same thing at night. I'm usually getting it first before he does. Sometimes he's getting it. He's a good one to watch, in my personal opinion. He's another one. Who else have I seen? Gareth Soloway. That's a good. And the how to zoom out before you get in and try to force any kind of pattern on the 1 minute. I'm just saying. Those are some other people that you might see some similarities with, at least how we do our patterns and things, or do our trend lines and how we look at trend lines and things. All right, so nice dump out of Jupe, and I just bought some. I'm still bullish on it. I'm sorry that I missed that 17 cents, but what's a penny between friends and right now at the bottom of the market? And I mean, if you're trying to do a little something over here. Well, do we have anything juicy that we can look at as a possible hopeful? I don't think so just yet. Oh, God, crap! I keep forgetting about that. Yeah, there is. I forget about that October wick that wiped everybody out. How that could be coming into us. And yeah. So there's a possibility. It's the first time I've drawn it out here. We could get this. It's an ugly one, but it's a Gartley. Actually, it's a bearish Gartley. And it says there's a strong possibility we get rejected kind of hard over here at 55 cents. But while we're rounding out and we're doing this little expansion phase, I'm saying, oh, hell, I don't care. We'll take that. So that would be 200% gains. That means that what I put in on my Jupiter tonight, if I take profits, I could take half my bag out up there, or maybe even more than half. Maybe take 75% of it out over there, and then if we do drop back down, reaccumulate more Jupiter somewhere in this big range. Or remember, we still in bear market, and I think that we'll still see an accumulation phase for a lot of these altcoins for quite a minute. And probably, if it's like last season, we'll probably revisit that area 2 or 3 times during the damn market as we just kind of just get to do sideways bull crap. I think eventually we'll see some good things out of certain altcoins, but I think we got to pick the right things. And again, remember, tokenized stocks are going to be competing with a lot of these things now too on exchanges, taking some of that liquidity away. So best to be on Jupiter, which happens to be one of those exchanges, right? Decentralized. All right, did I miss anything else? Joe, you asked for. Joe mentioned SWE. Let's take a look at SWE. You got something going on over at SWE, Joe? If you're still here. Oh, she dropped it. Oh, that's scary. Do I need to? Let me take a look at it just on I don't want to erase everything. I want to take a look at it on a different chart. How about how's we doing against Bitcoin though? I'm on the daily, but I mean it's kind of amazing that while it's going down in dollars, it's kicking ass on Bitcoin. So if you're in drawdown on your SWE, well, just know that well, it's at where in Bitcoin, same place that it was at. Oh hell, a month ago. Over the past month, its value in Bitcoin dropped 8%, but since then it's gained it back. If that makes you feel any better. I don't know, but if you happen to purchase SWE when we were down here in this area, say 1st of June, well, you could be up 7% or 8% on your Bitcoin. I'm just saying, it's weird how this is happening, right? I need a different chart over here. So how about MEXC? Let's go with MEXC over here. Oh, we've been here before too? What was this? You need to be a 7. Yeah, you're not adding up. Let me zoom out over here. You're basically... Are you there? I was looking for a possible bullish setup over here. Let me get my line straightened out. Wait a minute. Right here. We're below it. Haven't invalidated this idea, but once they go below X, technically they're validated, but I'm like, well then... Well, that just makes it a double bottom, doesn't it? So when it comes to these harmonic patterns I'm looking at, you got some people that have some different ideas of thought, just like you do with everything else. What invalidates it and what does. I mean, there's some rules about it, but there's some schools of thoughts that have a little bit more wiggle room, and I'm still trying to figure it out, right? Just how much wiggle room do we have? And I'm not got there yet. I prefer them better when they obey the rules. I'm not really comfortable in just saying, well, let's got enough wiggle room, let's jump in on it. I'm not. So this one's possibly, for me, I mean, technically it could still be doing it. I'll leave it up here. If so, we finally did it. We were waiting for it to break trend lines and get down here and test it. But quite honestly, the area that I was looking for was right here, and we're below it. So I'm going to leave it on here and watch this, and it'll be a learning experience for me, and I guess for you if you guys are interested in it, to see how this plays out, because this would be me testing the theory. Make sure I got it all laid out there. She went a little deeper. Some people in Harmonics will say, that's okay, just hold on. It's okay, it'll work out, just straight. Don't give up yet. But that's what you were just looking for. We're looking for reaction in this area, and we got a little bit lower. But all we're doing is testing a trend line down here, horizontal trend line. Now we're flirting with breaking it. Or maybe we did. Yeah, I can see why this looks scary, AF, especially the daily fall off over there. SWE at 81 cents, which is generally a pretty gosh darn good area to buy it. Right now, I'm going to still stick with the idea that it's saying some things. Let's get our indicators involved over here on the weekly. Oh, we don't have enough over here to do this on the weekly. Is that it? Not enough for market cipher, I guess. Oh yeah, you do. Same thing as what we saw in some of the other ones that are a little bit scary. It's same areas too, man. Do you have that support resistance flip? Not as much over here. All right. So stochastics down to this 60% line, which I still don't understand why I have there. Did I put you there? There's room for this thing to come on down, and there's not much of an argument for a place where it could catch in the end term. Maybe just a little bit, about another halfway. I'm trying to make an argument why she won't drop down immediately, especially on some of these indicators. I'm trying to make an argument for that. This would help with that argument. We haven't crossed our signal line here. But it doesn't mean it won't. Gosh darn it. Why are you doing this? So I'm just looking for some data that I can use over here. Ooh, there's something. Okay. Not seeing anything that's saying, no, man, we're good. You can bounce from here. I mean, other than the signal line. That's all I got right now. It is okay. I just want to know, are you going to break my line and drop? Because some of these things are making it look like that's exactly what you want to do. Some of these things are making it look like that's exactly what you want to do, and that's just not what we need with price structure. It's not what we need with fibs. It's not what we need with a lot of things. So I'm arguing with you over here. So we're going to 113 it, because if they're going to fake us out, that is usually going to be one of their bigger fake outs. When they need to flush us out just that little bit to scare us and whatnot, it's usually that one. I went from over here, right? Or did I go from the other one? Let's give you a little bit more wiggle room. I'm just going to put them both on here. So for right now, this is what I'm going to go with. And on this one, I'm hoping that they're just faking us to freak out right now. And pulling back to regain this area about 83 cents. Do we have anything in smaller time frames that says that might be what they're doing? No. I mean, we got a nice little spike there, but no. We're going to have to watch this one. We're going to have to watch this one. Because if it loses this one, then it can drop a lot lower. And I don't want to be, we don't want that right now. I would really like to see something happen with this over here. And so that's another one that's making me question, well, is it going to happen or not? Is it going to happen or not? All right, so Joe, I do not have a solid answer for you, my friend. I'm wondering what you saw on it. But I mean, I am going to look for these 70 and 73 cent areas to see if they get breached, or or even touched, or to bounces back in here and be some kind of little swing failure. I get a feeling the market makers might be wanting to pull a little dipty doodah on us right now. But I can also make some other arguments, but why we would still go down though. I mean, I'm looking here on the 3-day. That's got more weight than what I just looked at on the smaller time frame, right? And you got that. You got MACD. You got MACD just flipping. She just flipped bearish here. Hard to argue with that. It's hard to argue with that. So if we apply our rule that the bigger time frames play out more, they are more of the I don't know my army rankings and craps. Your lieutenants and whatnot, and then they kind of outrank the lower time frames here. Damn. All right, well, that's what I'm rolling with. I'm sticking with it. I want to see what happens to these guys, and if we get back above here. And harmonically, that's kind of important to me to follow this one. So hopefully we'll do this again. Hopefully we'll come back here and look at SWE on this again. There was a token unlock yesterday, I think. Would like to see a nice bounce. People buying at a discount, but still under my levels to enter for a 1 to 3 month pause. I can see why you'd be cautious about trying. I mean, yeah. Because we just took out that low from over here in January of this. We took out our yearly low. That's not something that we should take lightly. When we break a yearly level, and especially we set, and yeah, it's kind of a thing that we kind of pay attention to. But still, technically higher low from back in August of 2024. Jeez. Oh wait a minute, I got a wick there. I got some wiggle room. I got some wiggle room. According to the wiggle room, we're still technically okay. And it does wiggle down to my little line here. But what does our body say? Our bodies say you gave that up a long time ago. That's how my body feels. Feel like it gave up a long time ago. Candle bodies over here. That's kind of nice. Lines up under there. All right. I'm sticking with my 70-73 cent area. I want to see what happens there. And now I got to touch. Okay, because I didn't see that over here before. Let me pull you down all the way too. All right. Well, that one's. I don't feel like I did this one justice. I think we're just sitting. The classic thing of we got to sit and watch. Not what you want to hear, especially in crypto. You just don't want to hear that. You're like, now just sit and watch. That's not what we want more. We want more. We don't have it yet. Javier says 44 cents looks like. But why? Oh, to retest the bottom over here. But that's at 36. 44. Oh, to retest this line here, I guess. Yeah, I mean. Now, this is one difference between me and some others is that, you know, a lot of people do mark out these levels. And that's one of the first things that we learn, right? But as I traded and as I analyzed and everything, I just kept seeing, I mean, that's one of the first things that I learned, right? Like, label out your previous support and then look at that. And it's like we would just, you know, go back down and we'll just touch those levels and test those exact. But we don't. We don't always do that, right? Sometimes we do. Sometimes we get a perfect double bottom, but sometimes we don't. Sometimes it's just, oh, almost, but not quite. I was like, well, why the hell is that? Because I was like, okay, I'll put my order there. That's where they said to put the order. It didn't hit. Or something, you know, whatever. And what I've come to learn over time was that trend lines and then Fibonacci, and especially combining those two. And so I do put a lot more into trend lines. Horizontals have weight, but I put my Fibonacci's horizontals over all the other horizontals, and you see I use fibs all the time, so I cover that base. But my diagonals also hold weight because they will catch when nothing else catches, and everybody's expecting lower, and my diagonal is like, yay, because they go forever. They lose strength over time, but they go forever. There'll be some kind of play there. And so when I look for the main bottom ones right there, like that red one I just drew, I mean, that's the last straw. That's the there's nothing, there's no other variations right there. The wick to hold on to your X and hope that we get something. If we even touch it. So if we came down and touch it, I'd be satisfied. If we don't, I would take that as a bullish sign. Oh, that's the best way that I can explain it. On from my set. I really love how you build a bullish and bearish case. True alpha. I love it. Hey, thank you, Joe. But that's one thing that Chris actually mentioned that I took to heart, and that Chris being our previous mentor from the CBC trading group, that he'd say, you know, treat it like you're a lawyer making a case before the judge, and that stuck with me. And he also stressed using the word possibly. I really appreciate that out of him. After you see so many people saying, look, shoulder, head and shoulder, or head and shoulder, and before anything, or Adam and Eve, we got an Adam and Eve here before anything forms out. Sadly, those people in our group didn't pay attention to that. But our mentor would stress, you know, possibility. Those are some of the biggest lessons I remember taking away from him. And when I was in that group, I mean, there was a Telegram group, and there was a lot of different channels. He didn't have subtopics like we do in our group. A lot to keep up with. Where was I going with that? Oh gosh, we had a brain fart. Hey, when that happens, that's when I have to have some good ass coffee. But he would mention these. There'd be these little key nuggets that would stick. It was screen shares. I got more from watching his weekly screen share, and you know, I catch his little. He just put out like a 15-minute video every day. He wouldn't do a live stream or anything, but he built his whole group from that. And I think at one point they had about 4,000 people in that group. I think on average it was somewhere around 2,000, if I'm not mistaken. Now imagine 2,000 people paying you $100 a month. Yeah, he had a Lambo. He had a Lambo too. But I did learn some things from him, and there were some things that came from his own experience and whatnot, and I appreciate all of that. Still, I don't, you know, he never traded leverage. He only traded spot. So, and he never shorted. There are a lot of things that I didn't learn in that group too, and there were also a lot of bad habits that I picked up from that group that I'm still struggling with today. So there's good things and bad things about being in groups, and a lot of it has to do on, I guess, you know, who you're following and who's the main influence in that group, and how deep that they actually went into what they're teaching. Are they actually teaching it, or are they just going to say, no, we're just going to say everything breaks up a pattern 68% of the time. We're just going to cut some corners over here. And then you see how that travels on to the next person that starts their group and they blow up or something like that. And suddenly you get a lot of regurgitated information that's not always correct, as I've found through my studies. So learned some good things from him, but not everything that I learned was exactly what as true as I found that. But some of it was. A lot of it was. There's some good things and bad things. You got to take what works and apply it, and you got to always verify. And I think it's important, whatever you learn from somebody, try to find other sources, real sources, not just somebody on YouTube saying, because I said, yeah, that's what I say too. I mean, the people that actually study this stuff, like Thomas Bukowski, that actually go through and calculate it out with computers. He was a computer science nerd, and he's into all. He crunches all. You can tell he's a nerd by his website. And you can tell he's a nerd by the way that he puts out all his statistics and everything. He breaks all this stuff down. He's a nerd. He did all the math and did all the calculations to find the probabilities and everything. And luckily, we got a cheat sheet over here that kind of does that too. And it's not all 68% for everything, right? is not. Everything was 68%. And then I hear other people that were in our group who also have YouTube channels, and one of them is big. One of them is big right now, but I still see the same misinformation sometimes. Then sometimes I see stuff that I don't even know where the freak that come from. I was like, that's not what he said, dude. That's not what Chris was saying to do. But anyway, things are what they are. So many traders say it will go here instead of this is a high chance or possible. Yeah, that's very true too. And that used to bug me. I don't see it. It used to be a lot worse, especially when things were bullish. But do you guys remember Mandycoin? I don't know if you remember that. I'm not going to mention a name or anything, but if you remember Mandycoin, you know what I'm talking about. But one thing that they would do, now what I liked about them is that they would use channels, but they use the channel too. I draw it my own manually. But, you know, they'd use channels a lot, and I kind of like that. That shows me that they were looking outside of it, just some of the other stuff. But it was always, God, if it does this, it's going to fly. All it's got to do is do this, it's going to fly. We're going to hit this. And, you know, it's like and they're not around anymore. You don't see them streaming out here anymore, putting their twos or being followed anymore. Especially after the Mandycoin incident, that kind of, but you saw, eventually it came out. You know, there's so much hype here. We can just get you emotionally involved, get you charged up, especially if something's going, man. We can slip in something that I've never been approached to shill a coin by any project. Of course, I'm a small YouTuber, right? But I know it's out there. My mentor used to talk about it a lot and say some of the things he'd get in his email, and they'd be approaching him to try to do things, and he didn't want to do it and whatever. But we see where some people have and some people can, and suddenly they bring up a coin. It used to be big, now it's not so much since BitBoy got busted doing it. But I can think of several that I've seen this last cycle that DYM, Dimension Protocol, a lot of other ones, SVM, Satoshi, I forgot what it is. There's so many that you will see some of the big names come out and talk about, and then they go south and they never mention them ever again. And then, you know, you were paid for that, you little mother. Yeah, we were your exit liquidity. They never mentioned it again or never explained. Oh gosh. No, don't ever talk about it again. We just move right on. Well, it's the bad market. But just a few weeks ago, you thought this was really, really hot and awesome, and you mentioned all the best things about it. I think I'm getting off topic now. My TA is based off the first CBS video or CBC videos, and then what Joe redid. The first ones. Are they still around? Are they still up or anything? I remember those videos. I was glad to get direction, but I thought, World Investopedia. I could have read this myself. My thing when I was looking for a trading group, I mean, I knew I already had indicators down. I learned from bots, but I never did learn how to chart. And I knew a few basic patterns because, you know, back in the day, you would see there'd be articles come out. There'd be analysts that have an article that would come out and they would show patterns or whatever that they were using. I was collecting that a lot and parking it in the back of my head. And that's one of the reasons why I'm such a stickler on Head and Shoulders, because one of those analysts really explained it very well in a way that really sticks to me. And they even kind of contrast with Bukowski in a way. But I'm a little bit more pickier on the Head and Shoulders pattern, and it comes from some of this. But I would take all that in consideration too. So I was learning things and patterns and things like that, but I wasn't really in the TA. And I didn't know exactly where to start. I'm like, well, where do I start? What do I look at? Because you got this, and they'll take you down this rabbit hole. I got this, and they'll take you down this rabbit hole. And but that's one thing that the group gave me was something. So I got to see some structure to it. But as I kept my ears open and watching some other people, it was Crypto Savvy that happened to mention about Thomas Bukowski and pattern trading. Because somebody asked him, and he told him. What I found so weird about this paid groups nonsense thing that I see going on, they don't ever credit their sources. They also don't, and the whole time that CBC was up, Chris was in his group, he never talked about the other YouTuber that was being an up-and-comer, never mentioned him by name. And what was weird is that YouTuber up-and-comer never mentioned ever CBC's group, because now they're competitors. I always thought that was so weird. They couldn't give credit to each other. They could have helped build each other. And that's one reason, like when I saw Joe out, I was like, Joe, you're awesome, man. I remember I just sent him a Telegram message one night complimenting on his charts. This is back when the group was open and he was still in the group. And I was like, man, you got the most awesome. He put so much detail in there. He had the most beautiful charts he put out there. It's I gotta say, it's different what you can see now than now you see. But I mean, he put them out. He still does great charts, but he's got his top notch game too that you don't get to see much of anymore. I don't think, unless you're in his group. I think he probably still does. I'm sure he probably still does in his group. But he would have some really nice looking charts. Not complimenting him on that. And then after he left the group or whatever, there was some various emails. Oh, you're streaming. And then I hooked up with Joe. You were in my group. I remember you. You had the awesome charts. And we got to know each other from there. But I appreciate Joe. Joe's a good, but I seen him working there. And he would go the extra mile with everybody in that group. And that's what that group needed. Because Chris would just tell you, if you he didn't want to be bothered by your questions. It's like, just Google it. Just Google it. You can Google that. And I'm like, well, what are we here for? Because I thought you were going to take me by the hand and teach me how to trade this market, and it was no brainer. I can make this money back and pay for the membership. It's a no brainer to do it. And then when I got in, it was good. I mean, there's good things about being in it too, but nobody took me by the hand and did anything. It was like, here, watch these videos. I'll put you in a brotherly headlock so you watch these videos. And that's what he said. So I watched them all, and it was painful. It was really painful. It was literally him reading the Investopedia article on most of them, but the information was useful. What I learned from that, and what I learned from, I learned it, but what the bigger lesson I learned is nobody wants to put the work in to actually learn how to do this. And that's one reason why I'm kind of leaning away from actually just I think I'm just going to come on stream and just do it and just wait for questions, because me trying to explain what I think and you know, it puts the people that's been watching me for years. Oh God, he's going to spend 15 minutes going over the swing high, swing low, Fibonacci, blah blah blah. And I don't want to do that to my people over here, right? So I'm really just thinking, I'm trying to get into a habit where I can just come in and just screen through these things. That's what I used to watch everybody for anyway. I just watch them because they cycle through all these coins, and I can see that on the chart. I see that that does look like a good setup, or but I wouldn't be doing that on my own. It's easier to watch somebody else, and maybe you'll hear something. Maybe you'll pick up a little gem of knowledge. Somebody will say something cool in the chat, and it becomes a productive experience and stuff like that. So I don't know. This is just what's been going through my head lately, and why you might see me just kind of getting away from. And I don't do teaching videos anymore because nobody cares. They just want to know when to buy and when to sell, and if it doesn't go right, there's somebody to blame or something like that. They do not want to learn on their own. Is what I found out. My mentors saw it, and then when I started putting out videos trying to teach I saw it too. Nobody wants to spend time. And you can try, and I was quirky, man. You see, even here, there's a lot of quirkiness down here to keep you engaged, right? And I was doing quirky stuff on my videos too to keep people engaged. I guess that's why it stuck. And mnemonics and little things to help them stick in your mind. But nobody cares. Nobody cares. That's what I've seen. Nobody cares about clicking on that content or anything like that. But they will pay for a group. They will pay $99 for a group, and I'm not sure what they get other than random setups and, hey, you should have done what I did. I don't know. But they're willing to pay $99 for a group. But even when you pay for the group, they're not interested in educational material. Help me figure it out. Doesn't make sense. Chris showed me several emails. He was offered big money, several hundreds of thousands of dollars to shield a coin, but he never did. I really like that. He said he didn't. I never seen him shield a coin either. I've seen somebody that was in our group do one. I think do one time, but I think they felt bad about it afterwards. But yeah, that's not a good thing to see that. I mean, BitBoy did enough of that, and so did some others, and they're still doing it. But I've never been approached to that. I was happy just to have Tangent reach out to me. Shortly after I started my channel, man, that was awesome. That was such a big help. And every now and then an exchange will reach out. Depends on what the market's doing, and you know, I guess they think you might have some possibilities or something. But I've had some of these exchanges reach out to me, and I'm like, okay. Some of them even gave me a little bit to trade with on the platform. It was a weird ass platform though. They're no longer around, so I guess I can talk about them Fair Desk. But their interaction with me, they were always pushing me to do this copy trading thing, and I'm like, I don't like copy trading. I don't want to be a copy. I don't want people to copy my trades. I don't want to be in that. And they just kept pounding me for that, and they were trying to put pressure, and I just didn't like them, so I just quit messing with them. Just got them out. Listen, I don't appreciate it. I don't want to be pressured. Yeah, I'm not done. I'm done with this. And then they eventually went out of business. But all the other exchanges, Unix was really, really helpful and nice, and I like them, but I do think that their fees are high, right? Sorry, Unix, but it's true. That's why you don't see me doing you very much over here. I would say my favorite exchange that I got an affiliate link, but I'm terrible at doing this because I don't sit here every 5 minutes and you should trade on this and mention my link and all that. I don't do that. My mind is on the charts and what I'm looking at, and I'm not here. Even if I had something to shill, I would forget to shill it. If I had a paid group, I'd keep forgetting to do it. But by golly, there's some people out here. Back in the day, it was like every 10 minutes they were pulling up their group. It almost felt like, am I watching TA or am I watching a group infomercial? They don't do it as much anymore, but I guess respect the hustle. Going mega loan on Ido? I don't know what that is. I'm supposed to do ladies. I forgot to look at ladies. Is that the one I forgot to look at? Oh my God, we got a 3-hour stream. I wasn't expecting a 3-hour stream. This is my lady meme coin over on KuCoin, what we've been watching. And what are you doing? Oh, okay, I'm on the 3-day. We're watching on the 4-hour. What did it do? I was looking for this level to hold, and she said, hell no. I've got a line it went to, but that was from something else and not what I was expecting on the immediate. All right. You came from, what the hell were you? Now I got to zoom out and look. Okay, yeah, okay. Wow. All right. Wait a minute. Okay, you had to have been from here. It's cool that we found support there, but I can't sit here and explain why that line is there at the moment. Because that one is so. Were you over here? I don't think it really matters, but I mean, I'm kind of curious as to is previous resistance or something that respected. All right. Well, anyway, I'm good. I'm erasing it. If I can't explain it, I'm not going to leave it there and say, "Oh, nailed it." I was looking at this one over here. Nailed it. And so far, it looks like we're trying to come back up into it. So hopefully, this does not look pretty. This does not look pretty. This does not look pretty. It's kind of like we're seeing on Bitcoin. Looks like it's trying, but it looks like it's about ready to slap us upside the head as soon as we start believing in it. I can say that that's a lot of what I've been seeing tonight. It looks like we're regaining, but there's the Ichimoku cloud on a lot of these looks like it's just waiting for us. Yeah, go ahead. I got you. I've seen that on a lot of things tonight. She just looks like she's ready to slap us upside the head. Like, I fooled you. So, ladies and gentlemen, if I'm not mistaken, and I'm pretty sure that I'm not mistaken, we have broken that 886. We've regained it. That's good, and that's acceptable to a degree. Oh, look, we got a little bit more wriggle room. Wriggle. Well, you fun. All right, well, let's tighten up a game here just a little bit. Do I have a speech impediment all of a sudden? Because I'm speaking kind of differently. Oh, you're speaking out right now? Well, you're just trying to be... You having a little accent from somewhere. I don't know. Channel, possibly back in the channel. Swing failure pattern possible. That one's deep. We are back above the 886, which is what we hope for. With a mean-looking Ichimoku cloud that makes me just want to take the Ichimoku cloud off. Because I don't like the way you're mean-mugging me on every damn thing I've been looking at tonight. It looks like you're ready to dump everything. Ichimoku cloud is ready to dump everything. I'm just throwing it out there. I'm throwing it under the bus right now. The Ichimoku cloud is ready to dump everything. But other things I'm seeing are giving us a little glimmers of hope. And then we got this crazy thing over here, which I'm still trying to wrap my freaking head around. Harmonic pattern. A very possible nice harmonic reversal pattern here on total 3 or total ES or whichever ones we're looking at now, saying that altcoins could go up, and I was sitting here expecting them to go down. I think I'm just gonna smoke a doobie and think about it. Is what I'm gonna do. That's what I've decided to do. Let me come over to the chat over here. I guess we got a 3-hour stream going on tonight. Did you check Solana? I did check Solana. And I was looking somewhere around in the lower 60s there. And she almost hit it today. She did go in the 60s there. And it was making... I'm having some issues with some of these coins, and total 3. That was another one that looked like it could... The Ichimoku cloud looked like it's going to slap us in the face on Solana too. But there was an argument to be made for it to bounce, and I'm like, there's some good arguments on both sides right now, and I hate coming out here and being confused. If I take Ichimoku cloud out of it, I feel a lot better about things. If I leave Ichimoku cloud in on it, I think she's a psycho killer. It's going to try to stab me in my sleep at night and say, "You're bleeding now, mother." That's not pretty. This is rollover stuff here, and it's not changing. And so therefore, I feel like I'm being a little. Oh my God, you look brutal. This is brutal. This is not what we roll into. This is what we roll into, and we didn't even do it. This is what we fall under. It's these little guys, they start showing up over here like that, and then we bump. It's these little guys that start showing up over here, and then it's these little guys that start showing up, and then I hope we don't do that again. We're at a great little area of support for a lot of altcoins and even on Bitcoin. Miladies is getting a bump here. I would like to say that it would hold this area, but I'm just not even going to do it. I'm not going to do it. Not going to do it. I'm going to hope that it holds it. We're going to hope. We're going to cross our fingers. We're going to dance, and we're going to say the little incantations or whatever you got to do. Rub Buddha's belly and everything else. But there's no guarantees and there's no refunds. Definitely on this. Smoke a boobie. I like the way you're thinking, my man. I'll rewind. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think I caught up with everything else for everybody else that's here. We got 19 people hanging out for a 3-hour show. That's amazing. I got an average of 21 viewer watch time. If you haven't hit the like button, that would be awesome. Because
For those of you out there that have been hitting that like button, I just want to say thank you.
I only make 15 cents an hour. Thank you for helping me make 45 cents tonight streaming here on YouTube. You would think it would be a lucrative business, but it is not. It's more of a passion thing. And ironically, considering my personality type and my habits, I've been extremely consistent for 4 years. And while there's lots of people saying out here, well, just be consistent because being consistent always pays off. I am very grateful for all the viewers and everything I have, but still, 2020, and I'm grateful for it, everyone. But at some point, we're going to have to look at this and say, is there a better thing to do? 2,200 subscribers in the past 4 years. Well, I'm very grateful for. 42 in the last few days. It's been picking up lately. But still, for 4 years, very far from where I would hope to have been. I would hope to have been at least 10 times this much. And so either I fit in or I don't fit in, and I don't know. But At some point, you got to make a decision, you know. Am I going to keep doing this every night, or am I just going to do this like maybe once a week every now and then? Just to, I don't know. Sometimes these thoughts go through my head. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for hanging out. I will see you on the end screen and listen to some music over there. And if I missed any coin requests or anything like that, sorry, I'll try to catch them there. But honestly, I'm getting pretty damn tired. So it may not, accuracy will suffer. See you guys on the end screen. Thank you. Jesus loves you.
I became a fart coin philosopher at 3:33 a.m. Staring at the ceiling fan like it held the wisdom of all men. It drops silent but deadly, just like my leverage trades. 1 minute I'm a genius, next minute I'm financially unmade. Tried to explain yield farming to my Uber driver last night. He said, bro, that's just gambling with extra steps and satellite Wi-Fi. I said, no, it's decentralized freedom. While coughing on my vape, he turned up Rosalia and prayed I'd be okay. I'm a fart coin philosopher, pondering life's big stinks.
Stray, are you still awake? I had tacos today. What is idle? I'm not familiar with this one. Binance has got you. Oh, wait a minute, that's idle. Cook one's got it. Wait a minute. It's got it. What the hell? I want to assume that it's this one.
I replied with a voice note, mostly coughing and to the moon, baby. I'm a fart coin philosopher, pondering life big stinks. Why we chase, why we rug, why the whole market winks. Side-eye judges me, the timeline drags my name.
I don't think this is the right one.
Cause this is my
IDOS. That's not it.
This is my game.
LDO. Oh, okay. Lido.
Pass the lighter.
That's the East Taken, right?
And the copium.
Oh, nice. The old butt crack. The old harmonic butt crack usually takes us back for an 886 or one of these bottom areas over here. It can vary.
I built her from scratch. Taught her
Let's see what we can get on it.
Give her all my strategies and a cool.
They're not all 886s. I wonder what you
She was
got.
supposed to make me rich while I slept in peace. Instead, she woke me up at 4 a.m. saying, bro, we got rugged. Capiche?
Well, that one should probably
Now she's ghosting my
unless she does the 113. Right here.
She comes, I told her never to see. I said, baby, why you do me like this? She replied with an error code and a digital kiss. I thought we had something silicone and soul. My AI bot broke up with me, left me for a better prompt. Now I'm back to manual trading, and it's clearly not what I want. She took my edge, she took my strategy, left me with nothing but existential latency. AI bot broke up with me, said I'm too emotional. Now I'm out here aping manually like a total dinosaur fossil. I tried to win her back with better training data, fed her old winning trades and my entire life savings. Nada. She replied, error 44, respect not found, and went long on a cat coin.
Since we lost our 886, I was leaning a little bit more for this possibility over here, maybe down to 24. Now your style sounds different from mine, so that's just the difference in approach and tolerance. But with this system, I would be looking at trying to get an entry somewhere here. I found some bottoming confirmations over here.
Yeah, she left me.
But that's just me. But that means that we could be reversing here, and then wherever you got in, getting it. Like 28, I think was where you wanted to get in. I guess when it breaks the level. Hopefully we get back up there pretty soon. If we were to do this, yeah, that would be perfect. Because that would be getting about 29, 20, 30 cents to be getting out of the accumulation zone over here. And that's one way to even apply it on the strategies that I use. You're probably using something totally different, but Swing high to swing low. A more conservative approach would be to wait till you get past the 236 level to jump in. But the juiciest areas I've found is within this 236 and to scale it down. So it looks like if this idea plays out, it would be a lower low, but still a possible double bottom. It doesn't even have to. We still got your zero line right here. Well, did you go lower? Our X point over here. It went below though. It bounced back. So it's got a possible double bottom without even touching this one over here. But I'm still leaving this idea up just to see what happens. It sounds like you got a plan. Either way, I mean, whether it touches this target or it bounces here or if it would have bounced over here at 886, it's all part of this bigger double bottom situation, which has a target over here at 47. So not a bad play. That'd be what, 50% man? Javier says, is this your favorite tool, the Harmonic one? No. I gotta say, and you won't see me use them all the time or anything like that. I do. A lot of times I don't even have to bring it out. I bring it out mostly to show people. But I'm actually doing this the old-fashioned way with the fibs. I would say that the fibs are my favorite tool, and I got them all doctored up with extensions and I guess extra retracements, technically. I got them on both sides, the attic and the basement. It looks like a lot, but they're right there for me to use them. If I wasn't doing it that way, I'd have to use this guy over here. Where are you? I would have to start using this guy. Which is not a big deal, but I gotta change my mindset sometimes when I use this one, or my approach. You're on the 4 hour, man. That's nice level area here. This moving average is flipping it over. That's nice. So our moving averages here have got the 360 crossed over the 600. They crossed over the 800. That's bullish. Or your big undercurrent, which would be kicking in about right now to try to get us back up to these areas over here. Gosh darn it, these Ichimoku clouds are just looking horrible in every damn thing. That is not. And that's not meant to be as double speak. Like, I told you it could go up or go down. I told you that Ichimoku cloud. Well, I mean, I will probably still say, well, the Ichimoku cloud look bearish. But I mean, I'm seeing support, and I'm hoping these support's hoping. So I'm leaning to bounce off support. I'm hoping it will go up. And a lot of other things says that we can. Either we can go back up or come up a little bit. And maybe even have some higher resistance. But Ichimoku cloud, look, she's saying, no, I'm going to try to slap you down right now. So I'm basically just watching to see how this plays out with Ichimoku cloud right now. And if it wins, I'm going to have all new respect for Ichimoku cloud. If we get slapped down, I'm like, I'm going to definitely mark this one for the books. Ichimoku at support. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you for hanging out. I think we got everything done over here. I was looking for a UV bounce. Don't know what it's called in actual trading terms. A UV bounce. Are you talking like Adam and Eve? That's the only thing that reminds me. Like, look like a V and then a U. However it wants to do with the double bounce, they all basically work out the same. They're just a little channel of accumulation with a measured movement comes out the same. They just got different names. which could be confusing for some people. I guess when you start, maybe it is. I gotta learn all these different little bottom things.
Some call me the king of the rugs. Some people call me bag man. 'Cause I speak to the moon taters of pumps.
All right, guys, thanks for hanging out. Jesus loves you. I'll see you tomorrow night, and hopefully this damn market will. Are we went up on Bitcoin? Is our 886 going to give us some love? Can we get past this previous 786? I would have a new thing over here, but I mean, this will still act as some form of resistance. Can we turn it around? That's kind of nerve-wracking. And why didn't I buy some more Bitcoin? I need to go back and make another buy over here. Oh man, I missed 61.5. I missed out on buying at 61.5. Damn, I feel like a loser. Thank you, Javier, for being here. I'll see you guys. I guess I'll see you guys tomorrow night. Rising price and falling volume. That doesn't usually end up well. See if we get a double bottom over here. This thing doesn't kill us first. Damn, Ichimoku, give us a break. Good night, everybody. I'll see you hopefully tomorrow. Hopefully we'll be in a better, higher place. If not, then we'll catch this guy a little bit earlier than I thought.